But I've been sitting right here all by my time. What it takes to get what's rightfully mine. I ain't gonna finish. If y'all know what that going, you know where that going at. Like, and I won't be tonight. Cause all I got left is my pride. And I will rise up. But anyway, what's going on, people? What is going on, man? As you already know, it is Friday night, which is Friday Night Madness with your boy Six Man K Styles. Boop, 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 boop. And to my stage left with the Randy Orton pose, Mad Mike Sports, the mad scientist. And if y'all guess what the song we just sung at the beginning, hey, we fucks with you. But you know, as we always do before it, you got what we gotta give him, Mike. We gotta give him that
Real.
roll call. Sponsored by High Quality H2O.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure y'all stay hydrated out here, cause this weather about to change like a motherfucker. But
Oh yeah.
today's roll call, as we got for y'all today, we got YMOF Jamal, we got Floyd Donnelly, we got our family here, Mr. Noah Tyndale, we got Jerry Bowie, Nathan Floyd, we got the Black Heart, we got Brian Peoples, we got CK22, Joseph Thornton, Isaac Crimes, Robert Ponder, hey, D Coleman, ATM 534, Blizz 818. We got Mr. Van Terminator ECW. I know he know what that song we just sung at the beginning was. Hey man, we got
Mm-hmm.
Facts Over Personality. We got Raymond Elder, Jonathan Bell, and we got 1/3 chilling with 2/3 of the heavy hitters. Mr. Jude
Oh yeah.
Talk Sports in the building. Y'all make sure y'all definitely show him some love. But
16.
and we got you can call on Tyrone. Call him joining us tonight, man. So, hey, Mike, what's going on, man? What you got for us tonight, man? It's Friday, man. You know, and how's
Uh,
everybody? How's everybody's day been doing? Like I said, put down where you represent, where you representing. It's Friday. Y'all
mhm.
chilling with your boys over here. 2/3 of the heavy hitters. What's going on, Mike, man? What we got planned for him tonight?
uh, should I start with the questions or should I start with the free agents? The free agents.
I think we need to start with that. We need to start with
Free
that.
agents. Okay.
What you got? How,
I wish you would have said start with the question because I'm not prepared for the free.
well, then we can go ahead and go and start with the question. Then, God damn it, man.
uh,
Go, go,
uh,
go, go,
but
go ahead, go and
no,
start
we
with the
can
question.
start with the free agents. Uh,
The Mary Bird,
the
the
Mary
new guy.
Bird. Um, yeah, they from what I'm seeing from the wide receiver core, they're going out and get guys with two. Well, I actually see it as um one thing in common. What I'm seeing with the style of wide receivers they're going out. You remember what I told you? Well, I've been telling a lot of you guys that the Falcons are looking for guys who don't do a lot of playing around. They get the ball, they catch the ball, they receive it, and they get going. They go straight up here, straight up field. That's the
Mm-hmm.
style of receiver that I'm seeing right now. You see
Mm-hmm.
Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus isn't the type of guy who has a lot of
Work
lateral
on.
quickness. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm not. I don't see that. Um, you have. I don't know how to. Who's that? How the hell you say that night dude name again?
Which
Um,
one?
the receiver. They just
Alden Tate. Alden Tate. Or you talking
no, the
about
guy they just signed today.
Demir Bird. Yeah.
Yeah, he's another speedster. Again, go straight up the field, and there's not a lot of wasted movement.
See, you already to set something up, bro. You already set something.
Go ahead.
Hey, why do you think that is? That they going?
Yeah.
Why you think they going for guys that go straight up the field with no wasted motion? Let me ask the people in the audience. Mike said they're going for wide receivers that are not lacking in motion and going forward. Why is that? I'm gonna ask the people in the crowd. Why is that? I'm just waiting for a couple more answers.
I see one.
I see one.
Wow.
I see. Hey, look, let's go here and put them up, man. Let's go and put them up.
Hey, boy, they go there now.
Look. Blackheart said because they tired of really running backwards. Chicken Holler said, no moonwalkers. ATM came in here and said, because of Mr. Gambler.
Wow, you really got the cheap shot at that.
Tyrone said, slide to the left, slide to the right, crisscross, one hop this time. How low can you go? Get down to the floor. Devontae said, Riley old Konami code playing ass.
Wow, Konami code.
Exactly. Deco said, Daniel Sonder, crane kick. But I just wanted to get a few of those in there. But yeah, man. I'll just say you go ahead and continue what you were saying. I just wanted to highlight that right quick.
No, like I said, they just getting receivers that get right up the field. Not a lot of wasted movement, and they get up the field physical, and like I said, not a lot of wasted motion. I think that's the biggest thing with this offense. And the type of routes that they run, they run a lot of pick plays. They're going to be running a lot of RPO type of routes, which is just slants, curls, hooks, those types of things. Occasionally you see some deep ends and some deep outs, but for the most part, they're going to be a lot of post routes, a lot of seam routes, and then so you're going to see, it's going to be interesting. But there's just not a lot of wasted movement in this offense. They want to be physical, get off the line of scrimmage. That's the biggest thing right there too. Is these receivers, they're not small, and they're not. The Falcons had a lot of issues last year getting off the. Since week one, they had a lot of issues getting off bump and run coverage. So if I'm not mistaken, I think the smallest guy on the team now is Zacchaeus as a receiver. He's a small receiver, and he had issues getting off the bump too. So a lot of these receivers, they're big, and they're not going to be they're not going to struggle getting off the bump. That's the biggest thing in this offense. If they can't get off the bump, you're going to struggle. But these some big guys.
Yeah, because I'm looking at, on tape, Kadero Hodge, Demir Bird. So they said can't jam these big motherfuckers. Man, I'm just, I know, because if I'm looking at how it goes, like with Demir Bird and Olamide Zacchaeus, like I said, I think they're going to predicate these guys as the slot receivers for the Falcons. The one thing I know about Alden Tate, and I noticed like with a lot of like I said, he's kind of like he's like a short yardage specialist as far as the dig routes and like you said, the RPOs, the slants, the digs. He can get upfield. He ain't that fast, but he's big enough to where he can play post up on a lot of these corners. Like D. Coleman here said, they're gonna go across the middle, and damn it, they're gonna be like, hey, shit. That's what this offense needed. And this is what kind of where the Falcons really struggled last year. This is why you didn't see the consistency in the passing offense. Because you didn't have guys that can get off the line of scrimmage. You really didn't have guys that have that breakaway. Like the kids had breakaway speed, but the problem was he can't get off the line of damn scrimmage.
Right. And it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy for him. We know he can create separation with his speed. But like I said, his issue is not being able to get off. He's a small dude. He's a small dude.
Right. And I think going with this RPO offense, the defenses are going to have to spy Mariota because they know he has the ability to run. So that would definitely be an advantage as far as the RPO, and that can really help Kyle Pitts a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because what it's going to do is what it could possibly do this year is slow down the pass rush. So, but I still think they're going to address wide receiver in this draft this year. I mean,
without question.
I mean, yeah, because like I said, a lot of these guys are just like holdovers. What it looks like they're doing is they're setting up as the position of focus for this year's draft is the defensive line and the offensive line.
And that goes into let me see this question.
All right. Okay, let's see. All right, so we got Adonis Cody here. Appreciate the question, man. He said, how would you grade the moves made this offseason so far? What positions do you think are appearing to be the obvious focus in the draft prior to these moves? For what the value is and for what the value they've gotten out of these moves, I would give it a B. Because we also have to remember a lot of these guys weren't really starters on their teams like that. They weren't really like major starters. Like these were guys that were contributors. So they're not really expecting them to do their part. And going to the second question is, I think the draft focus is definitely going to be edge rushers, interior defensive line. It's going to be defense. Like I said, you're going to get a receiver out of this draft. Hell, you might get another offensive lineman. Which brings me to a question. And I don't know if you want to answer this right now. How would you feel if the Falcons would have went offensive line with that first pick?
Oh, I would. I love it. I love it. I kind of thought about it the past few days. At some point, you got to focus on depth. I think depth is huge, especially in this current NFL, because injuries happen at any given time. And even though you got a young offensive line, as the Falcons do, you never want to be unprepared for a potential injury. And that's why you got to have depth. That's like the great teams. The good teams always have somebody coming off the bench he may not be as talented as that guy, but he has skill set. He has that same kind of skill set. And as far as being an asset to the offense, and what I mean by that is, again, he may not be as good as a Caleb McGarry or a Chris Lindstrom, but the drop off from those is not You still get the same power. You still get the same running ability, the run block ability, which is the Falcons' focus now. They're going to run the ball and be more physical. So you always want to have a lineman coming right behind them who is physical, who is a run blocker, and like I said, the pass protection account. It'll help for itself. It'll take care of itself. And I think, to be honest, like a lot of people focus on defensive tackle and edge rusher, but I would not count out offensive line. I really wouldn't.
Okay. Yeah. But there's one thing we're not really like paying attention to. This could also be one of those ways that they literally setting up to trade back as well because of the depth of a lot of these trench players. So, as we've seen what this Falcons offseason has been so far, what do we say, Mike? We don't damn know.
Damn no. We don't damn know.
And they showing us that be prepared for the unexpected. But Jew here came with one. He said he gave Terry Fontenot a B+. Signing Casey Hayward and re-signing Cordell Patterson was huge.
Ooh, that Casey Hayward might be a big one. But you get a solid corner to go with an already solid corner.
Right. And then, like you said, he's been in the game for a long time, so he can only help improve AJ Terrell. He can help improve Darren Hall. He can help improve Avery Williams. I don't know if he can improve Kendall Sheffield because he can't stay on the field to save his damn life. So
Isaiah Oliver came back. Also.
Right. Isaiah Oliver was a big one too. But like you said, with all the signings in the secondary, does it sound like that they're eliminating drafting secondary players this year?
I would say so.
I would
definitely say so. It was like it's actually increasing their chances of a team calling up to the Falcons to get to jump up to that A spot to get a Sauce Gardner or one of those guys because Falcons know Sauce. Like they've been that sensitive for quite some time now, so they know him. And to be honest, we had a conversation about money. Money. It's gonna cost money to pay AJ Terrell. And if Richie Grant continues to get better as a DB himself, he's gonna cost money in 4 years because he was drafted in the second round. He doesn't get that fifth year. So those guys, those are two players that you're gonna have to pay.
Right.
And if you end up getting a third guy, somebody got to go. Let's just keep it 100. Somebody got to go. You can't keep all those picks. And I don't know who it was, but somebody brought up the fact it may have been you. We're talking about 3 first-round picks. If the Falcons had 3 first-round picks this year, then in 4 or 5 years, they're going to have to make a decision on signing those guys. And if those guys if they all pan out to be great players,
a whole lot of money you got
to pay for first rounders. That's a lot of money if they pan out.
Right. Yeah, Mafia here, he came in. We said, how much better is the team this year than last year? And before I get to that, I think Lorenzo Carter might have been a bigger signing than we think too, because
your boy man Mike made a video. He was the first one.
You the man. This the man right here.
Yeah, I call that.
They gonna get my opinion on this today, but but yeah, like I said, that I think that was big too. I mean, we've seen what we got from Dante. Well, Kung Fu fighting, Kung Fu Panda. We've seen what we got from him. for 2 seasons. And
He's
sitting here talking shit already, talking about Falcon fan. I'm like, motherfucker, your ass lost out on $2 million because you missed out on getting half a sack in 10 games.
Oh, he talking shit.
Oh, he was talking about Falcon. He was like, oh, I see Falcon fans mad now, huh? I'm like, do you really want to go there? You like Dante Falcon? Do you really want to go there, bro?
Bruh.
You've been more horizontal in the air than a goddamn hooker at the red light district, bro. You better quit playing with me.
Right. What he complaining about? You ain't do shit. How you gonna get mad at everybody else because you didn't do anything?
But like I said, cause one thing I do love about Lorenzo Carter, outside of what Dante Fowler brought, was Lorenzo Carter stays on his feet. That's the main thing.
Ooh,
he stays on his feet. Like I said, even just as spot up duty, he had about 6 or 7 sacks in itself. So it's there, but he just don't have the full starter playing time like that. But that's a key one too. And I'm just waiting on to see what they do with Rashad Evans and Kamoko. I had to make sure I said it right. Kamoko Ture. I had to make sure I said that right.
Yeah. Better than me. I butcher that name every time I try.
Because all this is gonna do is like you said, Ogundeji just gonna get better. He's basically gonna bring you what Stephen Maines bring you, a guy that can set the edge. But at least he can get up the field and make some plays.
He's more physical. Ogundeji is a lot more physical than I thought he was going to be honest. I didn't expect him to be that physical. I know he was a good athlete, but he's very physical.
I told you, boy. Them hands, bro. Them hands. That's all you gotta say. Them hands.
He's real physical.
Yeah, like you said, them hands play a big part in that. Like I said, just until he start developing some moves to where he can consistently get around those tackles. But as of right now, like you said, he's a good edge setter. Gears 5 course. I wonder if there's any chance Kyle Hamilton fall, but by the way the reports look like, he might fall bad.
But that's what I saw in his tape.
He's like I said, like I said, he's big and he's big and he's kind of possessionless on the defense. But athletically, he's not really that guy.
I don't expect his. I expect him to be a lot more athletic than what he showed. What he showed that like he did not show well at all. It was not impressive at all. That's not good. I was disappointed, to be honest. I had him ranked higher because his tape, and maybe he's one of those guys that plays a lot faster than he actually tests in those workouts. But he did not look good in anything, and that combine, he really didn't come out in pro days. Yeah.
But like I said, you see the talent is there, but is the consistency going to be there?
That's the thing.
That's going to be the key part. And like I said, that's what I saw from the tape. I like I said, you see it there, but consistently, you saw spurts of I don't know which type that. But that's not that. But like I said, that stock went. But there's another free agent here. You want to go ahead and get to the next question? You had another question. You want to go ahead? Go ahead. throw that other question in there.
Yeah.
All right. Eric McDowell Jr. here. This is the money question right here. Do you think Mariota is legit, or do we need to be looking to draft a quarterback this year?
Ooh. I don't care. And the reason why I don't care is because everything that we do to this point is gonna fail. Everything at this point is going to fail as far as a quarterback is concerned. The reason why I say that is because they're never going to be Matt Ryan. No matter how much they try, they'll never be Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is a Hall of Famer. He's a legend. You're not going to live up to him. So it's going to fail. I'm telling you right now, you're going to fail. You're not going to find another Matt Ryan. You're not going to find another Drew Brees. You're not going to find another Tom Brady. You're not going to find another Russell Wilson. You're not going to find none of that. Those are legendary players. They are big-time players. You're not going to find that. So how do you combat that? Building the team around it. Mariota has to do one thing, and that's manage the game. That's it. He doesn't have to be Superman. Matt Ryan is the only one who is capable of being Superman, and that war is welcome. So I don't care. I don't care if Mariota do that. We need Mike Davis to decide he wants to stop tiptoeing. We need to give
my Jordan. Tiptoeing in my Jordans.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We don't need to be focused on quarterback. All right, people. We don't need to focus on quarterback because you're going to fail. Okay. You are going to fail trying to replace Matt Ryan. I need people to understand that. He's a legend, a Hall of Famer. You're not going to get another Matt Ryan. It is never happening. So any quarterback that comes in, he's going to have to be, Matt Ryan, come throw a touchdown in the first pass, have 5,000 yard passes for 4, 5, 6 years in a row. That's not going to happen, bro. That's damn near impossible for quarterbacks to attain that type of number and succeed early. We don't need that.
Yeah, but I think what it is too. Like I said, I don't want him to be Matt Ryan. We don't need him to be Matt Ryan. Be Marcus Mariota. Be himself, like you said. Manage the game. Build the team the right way. Like I said, I'm not worried about a quarterback this year. Like I said, I like Desmond Ridder. I would feel like Desmond Ridder would be perfect for this team. But would I rather get Desmond Ridder? Now, let me ask y'all a question. Would you rather get Desmond Ridder or edge rusher that can play immediately? You can get at least 2 edge rushers that can play immediately. Or Desmond Ridder, who's going to be bridging, or a wide receiver like George Pickens that can play right away. Like I said, and the thing is, I look at a team like the Washington Commanders, and that's kind of weird saying that name as it is. Them folks have been starving for a quarterback for the last fucking 6-7 years.
Yeah, but they built the team so good. Offensive line, defensive line, running backs, receiver.
Exactly.
All they looking for is a quarterback.
And
that's the reason why I say I don't. That's the reason why I say I don't care to focus on a quarterback, because I know the Falcons They Falcons have always did a great job of finding a quarterback
Right.
under the Arthur Blank, um, Dan Reeves. They know what they're doing when they talk about bringing and finding a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more so Rich McKay. Rich McKay knows a superstar quarterback when he sees it. So I'm not worried about that. As long as Rich McKay is
Right.
there, he
Mm-hmm.
knows how to find a quarterback.
Right.
So the Falcons at this point, we need to be focused on all other aspects of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Linebackers, edge rushers, defensive line, offensive line, wide receiver, running backs. Bro, we need to be focused on that. We're gonna get back to the same issues if we sit up here and try to focus on, all right, let's bring in the next big time quarterback. Again, we get this same big time quarterbacks, we end up like Houston.
Mm-hmm.
They got rid of all their great players, Javion Clowney, JJ Watt, Hopkins, and they were just left with a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
What did that get them? Yeah, you had your quarterback, but what did that get you? You had your quarterback, but what did that get you? You still
Right.
team was still incomplete. So I don't
Right.
care about finding a quarterback right now. This Falcons team needs to focus on building a team first.
Right. I like this comment right here. Said if the team is built, we'll be fine. Case Keenum went to the NFC Championship game against Nick Foles.
Ooh, that's a
That's
great
all you
thing.
gotta say right there. That's all you gotta say right there.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Foles won a Super Bowl, people, and it wasn't
Big
because of
Nick.
him.
Right? You said it wrong.
No,
Big
no,
big
no, no.
Nick.
I'm not calling nobody no big nothing. Them Philly fans is fucking weird for calling him that.
Yeah. Oh my
I
God.
hear any one of them calling him that in my presence, motherfucker. I'm throwing a car radiator at his ass. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna snatch my radio out and bust him upside the head, calling anybody a nickname like that. Get the fuck out of
Oh
here,
my
bro.
God.
We like nah, man. Nah, man. I'm about to say.
I did that because I knew he was gonna react like that. That's
Uh, but I'm sorry, bro. Y'all might as well go to the Proud family with that shit. I'm just saying. Mm-mm.
oh my God.
But
That's a weird
but
ass name to be calling up.
is that how you be a grown ass man and you call another grown ass man bit dick.
And he's a man, okay? They gave him that nickname.
Get the fuck. Okay, I'm tired of sicking. I'm ready to throw something at somebody. But yeah. Getting back to what we saying, like if you look at Case Keenum and Nick Foles in this comment right here, running game, you got receivers, you had defense. It's just you just made one play more than the other guy, but the teams were already set.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Flacco was another one. Brad Johnson.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
So it can be done without having a great quarterback, but you have to make sure that quarterback. You see what it done started. D. Coleman shut.
Wow, I know I didn't see that. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm already regretting me saying that. I'll never say
exactly. Well, that call. But
wow.
getting back to what we talking about before we got that hilarious ass break right there.
Oh my God.
But yeah, like you said, if you saw those teams, they was led by their running game. Look. The only thing I remember is it was on YouTube. Somebody did a compilation of noises that dude made. It was the funniest I've ever seen in my life. Cause everybody looking like this. All you heard was oh.
Oh my!
The fuck, somebody getting killed over here? All right, y'all, for real. Let's get let's get back to our scheduled programming, boy. Y'all about to bring out the BT12 moment of the day right there, boy. That booty talk 12 moment of the day right here. Y'all stupid.
That booty talk 12.
Oh, we got hold on. We got Allen 808. He said, Aloha Falcon fan, Dirty Bird. I guess he's coming from Hawaii. And also shouts out to just the J Rock for joining us. That's one. Oh, yeah. That's one of our that's another one of our family members right here. Y'all make sure y'all showed him some love. Mm-hmm. See, look at this shit. My baby got back.
Oh my god!
We are bad for it. We are bad for the community, bro. Because we are just bad people.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, my bad, man.
Mucho Grundy said, "Do y'all consider Stafford a Hall of Famer?"
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think he's a borderline Hall of Famer.
See, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though.
I'll take that back. I'll take that back.
No,
because
no. Only reason why I'm saying that too is a lot of people have been kind of harping on us and talking about Matt Ryan is a Hall about our stand about is he a Hall of Famer? Mm-hmm. Notice we didn't say what ballot of Hall of Famer he was. We said he is a Hall of Famer. They're talking about first ballot. We don't know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think if Phillip Rivers get in, and I know Phillip Rivers will get in, I could definitely see Matt Stafford getting in there. Mm-hmm. Oh God, I gotta do it. We come through with them island boys. Let's make some noise. We got rid of Matt Ryan and got Marcus Mariota. Them island boys. Oh, I'm sorry, boy. Bart Simpson and damn Sideshow Bob need to shut the hell up because they can't rap. But
why? That's all I want to know.
I'm trying to figure out why.
That's what I want to know.
They look like created 2K created. They look like created 2K players.
Slow, bro. I'm dead serious. They look like they're a little mentally challenged, and I'm not trying to be like they look like they off. Like when you look at Marilyn Manson, Marilyn, you can just look in their eyes and just like, yeah, there's something wrong with that dude. I can look at them dudes just like, yeah, something ain't clicking upstairs. Like they just like
these dudes look like they chew quarters for a living. I'm just gonna say that they look like they chew loose change.
But they just don't look healthy upstairs. Like they just don't look right.
Oh Lord. All right. Oh look. Oh, Tyrone, don't make us hold you to it. He said if Trayvon drops to 8, I will get gritty on live. I'm about to say we gonna hold you to it.
We hold you up to believe that.
Hey, I like this comment right here. Because this is essentially what we're set all those questions up for. He says, since we've signed all former Bears, why not go after Akeem Hicks or Ed Goldman? We need a D tackle unless we're targeting Davis at 8 in the draft. He just had the key word. They have not addressed this defensive line in free agency.
Mm-hmm. Those guys are still out there.
I'm just
Something could
saying.
possibly happen. Something can possibly happen.
I'm just saying.
Like
I'm just saying.
ATM says it's something wrong with me. I know that. I've been.
We
I told
all,
y'all.
but yeah, but this is this. We are part of the unholy alliance. Ain't nothing right with
Like,
us. What
ain't
do
nothing.
you?
I claim that. I know somebody. I know I ain't right.
Exactly. Because the only thing they really did defensive line wise was just re-sign Anthony Rush.
Mm-hmm.
Think about
That's.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the Dean Pease draft? Is this the draft that Dean Pease is gonna have most of the say in?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's shaping up to
That's a
do.
great point too. That's a great point. Again, we was having a conversation about the Falcons and Thomas Dimitrov tenure, and we went through reasons why a lot of things unfolded. I don't think we got into it as far as like Scott Pioli. Scott Pioli was brought here to be that defensive guy because the guy who was because it was supposed to be a tandem. What people don't realize, it was supposed to be a tandem with Rich McKay and Thomas Dimitrov. Well, Rich McKay had to step away and deal with because he's a lawyer by trade. He was a lawyer first, and he became a talent scout and all that type of stuff throughout the years. As his dad was a coach, but yeah, these like he eventually got to that point. So when we had Thomas Dimitrov and Rich McKay working together, everything was cool. But when Rich McKay went away, we brought in Scott Pioli, and then we had guys. He brought in guys like Tyler Jackson. What's his name? Tyler Jackson.
Tyson Jackson.
Tyson Jackson.
Oh,
He brought in Tyson Jackson. He brought in Dontari Poe. He brought in Dwight Freeney. A lot of Adrian Claiborne, those types of guys. These are the guys that Scott Pioli and Rich McKay brought in. But when Rich McKay, Scott Pioli, he wanted to get a defensive back in the not defensive back. They wanted defensive lineman in that draft, and we ended up drafting Calvin Ridley, and I think that's where it went downhill because it's like if you're not gonna let me get me a defender in a draft, at least you can bring in my guy and Dontari Pope. Well, that man didn't want to do anything. Thomas Dimitrov didn't want to give him anything, and that's the reason why he left, because he wasn't giving him everything he was bringing in. Thomas Dimitrov was knocking it down and sending them back.
And I was about to say too, a lot of people talking about Jordan Davis, Travis Jones. There's one defensive tackle that y'all need to pay attention to, and I wouldn't be surprised if they pass up on Jordan Davis, and that's for Darius Mathis out of Alabama. For Darius Mathis. Y'all pay attention to that name. Because you gotta have if a guy ain't there playing, you need a backup plan. So pay attention to that. 9 sacks last season as a defensive tackle. Yes, sir. But Mike, I think I want to do it tonight. I want to go ahead and do it tonight. And what I want to do tonight, what I want to do tonight, We got the chat open tonight. We got the links open tonight. We'll get y'all to come in here. Give us your thoughts on this Falcons free agency period so far. And how do y'all feel about what is y'all confidence in this regime as far as the draft coming up? So we got the links up. You can hit it on Mad Mike's channel. You can hit it on my channel. Hey, come chill with your boys. But yeah, for Darius Mathis is a very interesting one because he's the one nobody's really talking about. Because like you said, you hear the Jordan Davis and the Travis Jones. This is really the only two guys everybody's really talking about. But for Darius Mathis, Neil Farrell Jr., John Ridgeway, like these are other guys that can do the damn thing on. But yeah, like I said, we're just waiting for everybody to come on in, chill with your boys, give us your thoughts. That's what I said. We're gonna let you have your thoughts here. You can talk about how you feel about what's been going on this Falcons off season. All right. Markeith, you thumbs up if you're ready. All right. And we got Mr. Markeith. What is going on, homie?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Ain't nothing much, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm checking out some NBA latest today right now.
Okay.
It's crazy.
All right, man.
Anything can happen.
Exactly.
So the Falcons as far as free agency, gotta say, I do like their moves. I'm gonna be honest. I like their moves. And I think that building to what they're trying to do is which I kind of like at this moment is to build a team around try to add pieces to all the other positions before you address the quarterback. Because again, this team needs help everywhere. I'm gonna be honest, needs help everywhere. Needs help everywhere. But they at least doing a solid job with what they got to work with. So solid pieces. So,
okay.
And I do hope they do address the defensive line and the pass rushers the most in the draft. Again, it's been far too long since they had a good pass rush and a good defensive line. It's been a long time.
Boy, yeah, they used to call they call this defense to get ran through. This was to get ran through defense. That's what this called. This was the only fans defense we done had the last few years. Just getting ran all through. Can't get nothing. If they was looking for sacks, boy, you know them only fan might be sack hopping and shit. These motherfuckers couldn't get a sack if they say they damn life. My bad, y'all. I had to get at least one joke in here.
True.
But
yeah. But Giannis was starting them dad jokes in his press conferences. I'm like, okay. So, but there's a player I do like in the draft. I think he plays defensive tackle. He's actually pretty good. I think I mentioned it once before. He plays for San Diego State. Cam Thomas. Cameron
Thomas.
Cameron Thomas. That dude's good. Now Now again, I live in Virginia Beach, Virginia, right? I live in Virginia Beach. So again, it'd be like around 9, 10 o'clock when them Mountain West college football games be on. But I do watch a lot of them. And I gotta say, them programs out there, there's some good football teams over there. They had some good defenses over there.
Just gotta get the scouts to go out there. That's all.
San Diego State was one of the better defenses in that conference. I mean, hey, this team drafted some players from the conference. I mean, you drafted some good players. So I think we have one. Last year was a rookie that came from that school. It was Darren Hall, right?
Darren Hall, and
Every Williams out of Boise. Now I like that brother. I seen him play in college. There's another dude I do like out of that school too. He's a wide receiver though, but again, he's got great hands. I mean, the type of catches he was making last season, that's all he's told him. That was just freaking awesome. I mean, dude's only 6 foot, and yet in that game against BYU on ABC that one day, dude caught that pass over 2 defenders. 2 defenders, dang it. He almost scored a touchdown too. It was awesome. And then that one-handed catch he made against Nevada was also nice too. His name is Khalil Shakir. Now I like that.
I've been hearing that. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about that name. I haven't really seen nothing on him, so I have to check him out. Because I know
I seen. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No. I was about to say because I know the wide receiver that I've been looking at was David Bell out of Purdue. Now that's the one I've been looking at.
He can. I seen him play. He can play. Play. But with Shakir though, the thing is, not other people talk about it. I mean, last year he was one of the best wide receivers in the country. He was like ranked at one time. He was like ranked 11th in the all time out of everybody. He was ranked 11th, and that's really good. And I seen him play at least 2 or 3 seasons before he entered the draft. So yeah, dude can play, man. To me, it reminds me of Calvin Ridley, but with one difference at least. He ain't afraid to get tackled.
Okay, boy, I'm about to say you about to have me scared there for a second.
That's why I like this dude. He just got great hands. He ain't afraid to get tackled now. He's not afraid.
Okay.
He'll take it.
I don't know about that.
He's on my face. My mic looking like, wait a minute now. You treading some dangerous waters now.
I seen a lot of Boise State football games now. Hey, it was good last year. He got over 1,000 receiving yards last year with the first year head coach and a young coaching staff. That was last year. And a tough schedule. We're talking Power 5 schedule at least, bare minimum. Okay. So, and they win 75. So, dude can play. So, and he's a deep threat too, and a slot receiver. So,
because I'm about to say, I know a lot of us, as far as football fans, we kind of have to get out the mindset of like, okay, we can only get players out of these schools. You're not a Falcon fan.
Yeah, I know.
We gotta get the whole national title team from Georgia here only. We got to get all the Alabama players. Like, nah, bro, it don't work like that.
Georgia and Alabama players.
Right.
Yeah, don't sleep on those players in small schools now. They can ball now.
Right.
Yeah, especially HBCU schools, especially them too. Can't forget about them.
Hey, hold on. I gotta hit this comment. I guess they having a comment about. He said Joseph Sidmore said Matt Ryan couldn't win a Super Bowl. What Super Bowl is comparable in the Falcon franchise? That's the question that I have to ask. We still looking for number 1.
Yeah.
But
I hope he wins a Super Bowl though. I hope he does. That dude deserves it. Shoot.
Hey, if he do, he do. If he don't, it is what it is.
What is up? What is up with this lame ass trolling? Like we're talking about, he couldn't win a Super Bowl. Like that's supposed to be a jab or something.
Oh, that.
Oh no,
like, if y'all gonna troll, at least like be more original. Oh, Matt Ryan couldn't win the Super Bowl. Like, yeah.
All right, Mr. 28-3, man. We're gonna have to give you the invitation, bro. You gotta come on, bro. You gotta come on. The one thing about this show,
you gonna sit there and tip it tight and stay behind his keyboard like all.
Hey, at least look. Hey, look. At least he admit he a troll. He didn't say the key. He didn't say the key words. You know, the key word is send the link. But if you still hanging on the 28-3, bro, you might well be walking around with bow jeans
like a Yo Mama joke. That's a Yo Mama joke.
That was a Yo Mama joke. But Yo Mama so fat, and then we still waiting on the damn punchline. Like, okay,
yeah, Yo Mama so fat.
I'm about to say Wilmer Valderrama killed the Yo Mama jokes with the show he came out on MTV. Exactly. All right. All right. Hey, Alex. Hey, Alex, you there, man?
Yes, sir. I stay ready.
What's going on, Alex, man? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I believe last time I was here, it was before the Auden Tate signing. So I had to do my research.
Right.
And boy, oh boy. And boy, oh boy.
Hey, for a lot of y'all that don't know, Alex is our residential scout of prospects. So he usually know what he talking about. Go ahead, Alex. Do you think?
First of all, I don't know if you guys have seen this footage. I've seen Auden Tate go up against a smaller corner, and off coverage, right?
Mm-hmm.
He goes up, and he's actually, I think people don't give him a lot of credit for his route running because I think he's actually quite crafty, and he knows how to set up his moves, set up defenders, even though he's kind of like high cut, but he knows how to set up his defenders. He set up this smaller corner on like a post. He like sold it outside and just easily won inside. But that's cool. That's actually really great. But that wasn't what surprised me. I think his quarterback had underthrew the ball, or like not underthrew, but he threw it back to his his left hand when he was really going right, or he was going left, but he threw it to his left hand. Auden Tate had turned around, caught the ball with like his left hand, and then spun back around, did a 360 and kept on going. And that was like one of the most craziest plays I've seen, like almost ever. Almost. I've seen some crazy plays, but that was
great body control. Yeah, but great body control.
And he can get off. He's not too like he's pretty good at getting off off press. Like he knows how to use some moves. I think length is a little bit iffy, but like I think he's good. Like he can get off the line of scrimmage. I think timing routes are interesting. I'm not entirely sure how he'll fare, but I know that he got the ball skills, and that dude is underrated in his route running. So like him in off coverage, running some crossers, posts, maybe even some deep outs. Oh yeah. Yes, sir.
Another big body.
Exactly. All right, Dwayne, what's going on, man?
Dwayne, what's good? Hold on.
They might have been
Dwayne,
muted.
You muted.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, we got you, man. What's going on, Dwayne?
Oh man, everything's good. I'm over here on the West Coast wearing red and black and
Jordan
silver.
Davis, nigga.
What was that?
He said,
I said Jordan Davis at 8. Make you fumble. What's up, Richard Pryor?
Yeah. Hey, I look at this way, man. We've heading in the right direction, as far as the regime, and also it's going to take a minute to get this ship turned around because of what they inherited. And I think true Falcon fans need to realize that, and like y'all often say, I'm following the logo. You know what I mean? Whichever way the logo going, I'm going with it, because players come and go. And when you get yourself caught up in, who's not playing right, management knows that. That's what they get paid for, right? So it's an exciting thing to know that we're coming in with the right changes in order to get this thing heading in the right direction. But it's going to take time. Yep, that's what I believe. And as far as the free agency, I think they're doing some good bargain basement shopping, as far as getting some good players in there with low cost and get ready for a great 2023. We're going to have some money. So, it's just a matter of just seeing how it all shakes out, because you never know. You can get somebody in there, you done paid $1 million, and they go there and make it really happen, Yep.
I said that earlier today. Those are my exact words earlier today, because you getting guys that are hungry, and a lot of these guys, they on their last, this the last shot, and you get those types of guys, they wouldn't do anything, run through a wall, like they would put their body on a lot, they ready to do anything. So I'm right there with you.
And I think, guys, what's happening is fans got to realize something. Just because you get a big name in there, that don't mean nothing. These guys all the time get the bag and they just sit down and sag. You don't get nothing out of it. So the real deal is that you got to get people like Mad Mike was saying that are hungry, starving, and trying to get the bag. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I believe.
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, low key, what's going on? Hey, low key, before you go, man, make you fumble. What's going on with you, man?
Can't
What's
call
up?
it.
Yeah, what's up, my brothers? My brothers. What
What
up?
I do, bro?
What's going on,
Rise
man?
up. Rise up, baby. Rise up.
To be real though, I'm with Dwayne though, man. Like, I feel like I really like the rebuild, man. Like, fans just gotta accept it. Like, and the thing, my biggest thing is like, why would you want to get Malik Willis, right? And just think he gonna come out here and just be fucking Patrick Mahomes or somebody or Russell Wilson the first season. Like, that's not gonna happen, bro. Like, it's not y'all. Fans want to be entertained and not want to win games, bro. That's not how it goes. Like, if you want to tank, go to the Jets or the Jaguars or some shit like that. Like, if you want to tank, bro, I don't want to tank, bro. That shit weak. I don't want to tank, bro. Like, I don't want to tank.
Yeah, I'm about to say I gotta make you fumble. I'll let you go ahead and get what your thoughts on this offseason so far, or what you want to get off your chest or whatever. What's going on with you?
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm very happy of the direction we're going. Matt Ryan gave us a great 14 years, but it's time to move on.
Right.
Like, he gave us a great 14 years. We have to get our money right. We got to get our money right so we can be able to pay other players. And like right now, I'm on this, this Jordan Davis, but I have a feeling if Malik Willis is there, I'm thinking the Falcons are going Malik Willis because I don't buy into that next year quarterback shit. You can't count on that. You can't bank on that. So Jordan Davis, if Malik Willis is there, take him at 8. It is what it is.
So what you feel about Marcus Mariota? Well, what is your expectations for him as far as this upcoming season? What is your expectations for him?
Honestly, I think he can win this 9 games on accident. Like, he's not a terrible quarterback. By accident, he's gonna win his 9. So, I mean, like, I don't know, man. I trust the process, man.
Yeah,
I trust the process, bro.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, because I feel like with it right now, I think in order for this Falcons team to really get back into that respectability factor, they have to go back to that Dirty Birds formula.
Correct. I agree.
Yep.
They got to go back to it, and like you said, I'm glad everybody's up here too, because there was another conspiracy theory we came up with yesterday. I want to get everybody's opinion on this. What if they're setting all this shit up to trade Grady Jarrett? How would y'all feel about that?
Like, can they really?
No, because the only reason why I say this is they used the same terminology that they used with Matt Ryan. They used the same exact terminology. They said, we know how Grady knows how we feel about him, and we'll let the guards play.
Well, we better get it first, at least.
Yeah,
I want him to stay, honestly. But can y'all guys imagine taking another big cap hit with Grady gone?
That's the issue.
He wouldn't. He doesn't give you a big cap hit if you trade him this year or sometime in past.
I think it's like 12 or 10, something like that.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, his cap is not pretty high. So
yeah, it's actually quite good with savings. If you wanted to trade him, you could save a lot of money. But
it's less than Julio Jones' cap hit.
It is indeed like far less than
I think it's 3-4 million less, at least around there.
If I'm not mistaken, yeah. The last time I checked, his dead cap was around $6 million, and his savings were somewhere around 12.
Yeah, it's about
so it's
all around that range. Yeah.
Right. So it's a plus if you wanted to trade him. However, I highly advise not trading him unless you can't extend him. If you can't extend him and you can't pay him and he wants out, then that's a different story. But if you can keep him, please do. Because, like, it's not because of, like, the age.
The dead cap on Grady is
7.3 million.
Right, as I expected. Right. It's not super high, and I'm pretty sure the savings is quite high as well.
About 16 million. It's 16
exactly.
million.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a decent bit, but like it's like if you trade him in what I would want right back in return is draft capital, because quite frankly I don't think I'm going to get a player out of there, but I want draft capital. And in this draft,
so what does that draft capital look like?
That draft capital looks like
it has to be a first for one. It has to be at least a first, right?
At least a first.
Maybe because some teams might not.
At least a one or early two.
I mean, like
he is really good, like really good. Sheesh. So at least I'm thinking at least a first at most, or early second at bare minimum. Early second bare minimum. At least
I see a second, guys.
Yeah, I would at least take a second this year and a second or third next year, like that. If like this is my like last case scenario. If like we cannot pay him and we need to get rid of him and no one knows that we can't pay him, I'm getting a second and a third next year. That way we may or may not have to actually go all in on pass rush this year, and giving us a little bit more time frame with extra money next year and more draft capital next year. So we have a more sustainable plan. But if you don't have to trade Grady Jarrett, and I cannot emphasize this enough, do not trade Grady Jarrett. Do not do that.
Yeah. Unless he says he wants out, don't trade him. Please don't.
I think he wants out.
Please don't.
I think Grady wants out. They ain't saying anything, but I think Grady wants out.
My bad, y'all. Agent Green talking about Edelman that got the side with the Bucks. The real Gears said somebody said Edelman could go to hell for all I care. My bad, y'all.
Hey, fellas, can we head back on the Marcus Mariota subject?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What I wanted to say was that I think when we think about Matt Ryan, there was like 40-some sacks he had last year. About 12 of those was his because he held the ball too long and he was stationary. So with Mariota, we're going to have a more mobile quarterback to be able to extend plays and sort of open up some catches that Matt, he just got sacked. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of times with a mobile quarterback, it can sort of make your line, even though it might be a bad line, look okay, So I think that's what we're going to have happen this year, a little bit more mobility back there.
Very true.
I'd almost slightly disagree, just slightly. Like I think that's true. Like, yeah, he can extend plays a little bit more than Matt Ryan, but I wouldn't say that Matt Ryan was a statue in the pocket, because he. Quiet as kept. He actually did quite a bit of.
Hold on, 1 second before you start. It's not so much Matt Ryan is a statue. His mentality is more so I'm going to stand in the pocket. The mentality of a quarterback kind of prevents him from extending plays. Matt Ryan has the ability and the athleticism to move around. We all know that, and we've seen it several times during the season. But when you have that mentality of a quarterback, he's been taught no matter what, stand in the pocket, and get rid of the ball. So we had that mentality oftentimes, like especially guys like Matt Ryan, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, they're going to sit in the pocket even if a guy is coming directly at them. And a lot of times, especially with the guards tend to they get beat off the front. So they need a mobile quarterback to move around to kind of extend plays. So it's more so the mentality, more so than Matt Ryan's inability to extend plays. When you got that mentality as a mobile quarterback, it kind of plays into your hand at times, especially with certain, as you say, like third and 13. Like the defense have to keep in mind, like this quarterback he's gonna move. So they're gonna be looking at the quarterback, and a receiver get behind them and those types of things. A receiver get behind them, then you got these deep passes. Those things don't happen when you got a Matt Ryan. For certain Matt Ryan and Tom Brady is going to be in that spot. So as a defensive, especially a safety in the corner, if the quarterback is going to be moving around, you can't get aggressive in the secondary. You got to play. So those are the things as far as like the mentality versus a pocket quarterback and a mobile quarterback.
So to your point, man, Mike. So to your point, do you feel as though Mariota will contribute a little bit more because he does have the athletic ability on top of Kyle Pitts? So the defense have to account for somebody, right?
It's more so the play calling. He won't do as much as he's never going to be able to do the things to Matt Ryan. Like I just say that. But what it's going to be for the offense in itself and the play calling, he's going to allow Arthur Smith to like bring in those RPO sweeps and all those types of things. Like he's going to be able to call those. You can't call those under Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is not going to stretch the edge, and it's not going to create those holes in the middle for guys like Mike Davis. So it's more so the play call, the different play calling that Arthur Smith now had at his disposal versus a guy like you're not going to call no damn, RPO or a quarterback sweep or a quarterback draw with Matt Ryan. You can do that now with Mariota. And it makes the defense think twice about certain things. So the play calling is definitely going to open up the play call.
So basically, like you said, there's aspects of the playbook that had to be held back because of the style of the quarterback.
Exactly.
They're gonna run the ball a lot.
Damn right, we're gonna run the ball a lot. We're going to
And I think what's something that I think is one of the bigger things with getting Marcus Mariota is not only his running ability and adding more dynamic or more explosiveness to the running game, but Matt Ryan, he has a decent arm, but by NFL standards, it's slightly below average at best. And Marcus Mariota has a bigger arm, and we also have guys like Auden Tate. What's his name? We just got him. Darius Byrd, who runs fast. OZ, who is more, I wouldn't necessarily say fast, but crafty in how he gets open in the deeper portion. And we have guys that can get open deep, which now just means that we don't have to always run play action just to get the deep ball, but we can also maybe even call some shotgun plays. Well, only if the offensive line can block for that long. But I think that having Kyle Pitts, who can get open on fades deep down, and then having Auden Tate that can get open on fades deep down, and then having Darius Byrd, who can get open deep down in the slot, forces teams to play too high, which then means we can run the ball, which that's our strength right now. You see kind of like the how it plays off of things right there, like how you can line up in passing formations and then run the ball and get an easy 5 yards because of how much they have to respect our vertical ability, which wasn't necessarily as prevalent with Matt Ryan. Not to say that it wasn't there, but just wasn't to the same ability as it can be with Marcus Mariota.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I think they're gonna use Mike Davis on the goal line and the goal line only.
Mike Davis about to be released, man.
Mike Davis it's the vision. It's the vision. Like boy, oh boy, did he make some plays that made me think he was blind. I mean, that man has literally the potential to be a good back because of how his upper body is built to take on tackles, but he just doesn't have the vision.
He was balling in Carolina though.
Hey, look. Mike Davis was the best running back we had.
Wow.
Not true.
That I don't even think that's
That's
true.
not
That's
true.
not even true. That's not
Cordell
even true.
Patterson.
Did you notice what I did?
Yeah.
I don't think he took
I
tackle
caught
shit.
those. I caught those.
Even if you take Cordell Patterson out the equation, Quadre Olison was even
Yeah.
better than that.
That was funny. That was funny.
I saw somebody do that. I said, man, I got to try that one time, bro. I like y'all set it up so perfectly,
How
bro.
would y'all feel if we would have got Baker Mayfield instead of Marcus Mariota?
No, I'm
Oh,
good
absolutely
on that.
not. Absolutely
no.
not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
See, now you talk about
Yeah.
me going around and knocking motherfuckers fuck out just because. No, I'm not a Baker fan. No.
Hold on.
Fit
The
just
thing
don't
with
feel
Baker
right.
Mayfield is that
Fit don't.
they put him in a situation where he is not comfortable because they make him throw the ball deep. He doesn't have a big arm. You know, sometimes he underthrow those ball and then it turned out to be a turnover.
We need to go to CFL.
I think look, I don't think like I'm not a Baker Mayfield hater. I just don't because like the Browns had I know that people think that the Browns just now wanted to trade Baker Mayfield. That's not true. That's not true. They declined his fifth year option last year, which is a heavy sign. A heavy sign. Whenever a team drafts you with the first overall pick or a top 10 pick and they decline your fifth year option, you're out the door. You're not getting re-signed or nothing. You're out the door.
And the thing,
yeah, easy.
Go ahead, easy.
Yeah, people forget about that. Baker Mayfield was the first pick in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he didn't deserve it.
He didn't deserve that.
Yeah.
He didn't deserve that.
It's like one of his bigger problems is there are instances, I won't say it's bigger problems, but there are instances where in a way like post snap during spread situations, he'll look at a coverage and then they'll switch post snap and then he'll throw a ball that he probably shouldn't have thrown and it gets picked off, which is kind of Jared Goff-esque.
He's been doing that his entire career in college.
Right.
Especially when
so I would kind of compare Baker Mayfield to like a better version of Jared Goff, but that's kind of it. Like they're like on a similar level.
I got one question.
Yeah, what's
Who
the
the
question?
hell is funding the Rams organization?
Exactly,
That
bro.
wasn't Stop. Y'all got to stop looking at the deal. Y'all got to stop looking at the numbers. It's not a $50 million deal, okay? The month, if you look at the contract is actually 5 years, $50 million.
Yes,
which really means it's between 7 to 10 years every year. So each year, if he gets better, they're only going to pay him between $7 to $10 million a year. So it's actually not. Oh, he got $50 million. No,
that's true.
1 year, 1 year.
You're right.
He got
another thing is that
$62 million guaranteed.
The thing is, why the Rams keep using that money? It seems like they don't even use cap space. They don't even have a cap space because they have too many players on their team that are earning big money.
But you also have to think of the people that they
ridiculous.
lost. They had lost quite a few players. They had lost
Like
Von
who?
Miller, they lost Odell, they had lost Darius Williams, who is debatably a top 10 cornerback.
Odell,
They had lost their starting nose tackle, and I believe they had lost a lot of pieces on the O-line. They had lost literally a lot of players.
Okay, technically they don't even lost their players because they're gonna replace those players by other players and the same calibers. You do lose Von Miller, right? But you get Bobby Wagner. I'm pretty sure they're gonna go in free agency and grab another big time player.
Well, it's not that simple. Now, For nose tackle, that's true. Like Sebastian Joseph Day, as good of a nose tackle as he is, which by the way, he is a very good nose tackle. They do have Greg Gaines, I believe, there, who's been playing pretty good for them in his absence when he was injured. But Darius Williams, I doubt that they're gonna really replace him because he was debatably a top 10 cornerback.
Yeah, he cold.
Who else?
Oh yeah,
Odell, you're not replacing Odell. Point blank simple.
Odell's
Von Miller,
ain't Odell still a free agent? I
yeah.
don't think he's signed with nobody. So that's still up in the air. That's still up in the air.
Yeah.
I thought he signed with the Patriots.
Oh, he did?
I don't think. I would be
Yeah, I
surprised.
believe
surprised.
Also,
Oh, he did? That's actually great. They got Odell
Did he sign
and
to the
Jabril
Patriots?
Peppers.
That would
That's
be
fire.
Yeah, I heard they got Jabril Peppers.
Hey, who y'all think
didn't
gonna be
get
the sleeper
Odell.
team? Like just looking at the roster now, like before the season even started, who y'all just looking at the roster, like all the trades, who y'all think gonna be the sleeper team? Who y'all think people that's not gonna talk about, but they gonna shock the world?
Ooh, I have a lot of teams that I think made good moves. I think the Chargers
just off the roster right now, like all the trades and all the you know what I'm saying.
I'm
gonna be the sleeper team.
I'm gonna say that the Chargers made some good moves. They got Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack, and
crazy.
they got Sebastian Joseph Day, which by the way, they had one of the worst run defenses in the entire league, and they just improved that overnight, literally. And they brought in some linebackers, I believe no, they didn't bring any linebackers. Their linebacker group was already pretty good. And then they got J.C. Jackson, who I think is going to be playing that Jalen Ramsey role that Brandon Staley had in 2020, or when he popped off and was all crazy with defensive coach of the year or something like that.
Oh yeah, don't forget.
And they have Derwin James.
I would say Miami, but I'm not too confident in Tua.
I don't know.
Me neither, but I think he's decent. I'm not overly sold.
They have a great defense down there, but the only problem, like you say, is Tua. If they had another quarterback other than Tua, they would be in like playoff contenders. I mean, Super Bowl contender.
He did make a few good throws, but I'm not sure.
If Tua makes a big leap, then they will be a sleeper. He makes a big leap. And one thing, don't forget about the Chargers. They did when they got Khalil Mack. That's gonna be huge. That's gonna be huge for the defensive line. It gives Joe Buster some help, at least some help.
If he stays healthy.
I got a sleeper for y'all. The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hell yeah.
They could make that leap. You don't know.
Yes,
they could make. Yeah, they could.
Oh yes, that's actually very true. Very true. And I'm gonna say why. I'm gonna say why.
Well,
they done got Christian Kirk, who is
I'm
a really good route runner.
I'm telling you what. If Tua doesn't break out this year, bro, I don't know what to say.
I think Tua, I don't think is going to necessarily break out as like a slinging the gun type of quarterback, but I think that he was decent. I think that there are parts of the year where I just didn't watch him a whole ton, and when I saw him initially, I was like, he's meh. But after taking a decent look backwards, he was decent. He was actually decent. He made a few throws under pressure that were deep, which isn't his. He's not really a deep passing quarterback. And with having Mike McDaniels, which I guess he can't. Mike McDaniels can't run men. I get that, but he does have a good scheme to surround Tua and Tyreek Hill, while he's not known for run blocking and catching passes over the middle, did a little bit of that when playing with Patrick Mahomes simply because people were trying to stop Patrick Mahomes and they had to resort to running and play action. So it's possible, but
and with Miami, they did finish the season with a winning record last year, which was surprising.
Yeah,
that's true.
First season to lose 7 straight and then win 7 straight. That's just rare.
That's true, but they did that with Brian Flores and his good coaching.
It was still surprising that he got fired there. Should have stayed.
Remember, the year before, they finished with a winning record. They finished with a winning record in back-to-back season, then made the playoff in back-to-back season. So that's pretty impressive from them.
Year before they were 10-6, so they were even better the year before.
Yeah.
But
I really think.
Did y'all know Matt Ryan was gonna get like before the even Deshaun Watson trade? Did y'all think like Matt Ryan is over with like completely? Like even if we wouldn't pursue Deshaun Watson, do y'all think it was?
Nah, I don't think so.
I actually considered it. I considered the possibility of it. I didn't necessarily want it, but I thought it was feasible after the Carson Wentz trade. I was like, that team might want to take on this contract.
Hold on.
And then we're gonna get the Eric.
We gotta get the Eric after this. But I think the catalyst of that happened was the Calvin Ridley situation is really what prompted the Matt Ryan trade.
Hell yeah. Calvin Ridley got this thing fucked up, man.
He like that situation alone screwed up the whole entire plans, because if you think about it, the deal was already set with Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Now, if the deal would have went there, they would have got another first round pick, which means they probably would have got a quarterback. They probably would have got a quarterback and a defensive player, or they could have got multiple defensive players within the first 20 picks. So you guaranteed to get 2 of the top 30 players in this draft. But because Calvin Ridley gambled, compromised his whole entire generational wealth over a parlay, his goof ass ain't got no game checks. And he done screwed up a whole entire franchise. So it's like, okay, damn, we can't get you no help, man. Or they probably would have did defensive player Drake London in the first round.
And the fucked up part is that ain't nobody talking about pulling up to Calvin Ridley's house.
Nah.
Hey, y'all think he won a parlay card?
Probably not. I don't even like bringing up Calvin Ridley, but like what I can't understand, and like I don't even like talking about the situation, but I can't understand how you like spend $1,000, $1,500 or more to gamble. I don't know, about $92 million in your future away.
That crack make you do
He said he was on that booger sugar. That booger
sugar. Ain't no way other spend. Like, come on, buddy. You're a millionaire. Why are you betting on parlays? Like, you ain't even putting up real money. Like,
parlay is for broke motherfuckers. I know. I play it.
I'm telling you, I play them too.
Exactly. We broke around here. We play parlays. We know what that shit's about. But go ahead, Eric, man. I see you've been sitting here for a while, man. What's going on, man?
All right. How you doing, guys? I gotta get my head around this. Calvin Ridley. Why did you he gambles? I didn't know he gambled. You don't see Matt Ryan gamble, do y'all?
No. They don't see Matt Ryan with no outside problems, man.
No, y'all don't see Matt Ryan doing that. That was so dumb. I asked my mom doing that. Do you see Matt Ryan doing that? She said no. She said no.
No. But how do you feel about this Falcons offseason so far?
It's okay. I was shocked Matt Ryan got traded. I'm a huge Matt Ryan fan. I got 2 jerseys of his I might wear this season. And it's been pretty good, but I want Calvin Ridley to go.
Yeah. You ain't alone. I do too.
Billy G is not my love.
Yes. I know y'all been hating on the linebackers, but I heard about Grady Jarrett. I don't want him to go either. So it's been pretty good off season. I'm ready for the game.
You still think Deion Jones? You still think Deion Jones got something left?
Probably he does. He really does.
He been slacking though.
I think his value.
Yeah. I heard
He
about
been
I think
that.
his
slacking.
Lagging.
I mean, he just ain't. I don't know, bro. Like, I'm just getting a different kind of
If
energy
you
from
can't
Debo.
explain how he we gonna address this. We gonna address
Oh, okay. Okay. Hold on.
we gonna address this. If you can't explain how he's slacking, how's he slacking?
I can kind of explain
True.
this,
He
and I don't think
he
he's
just giving
slacking.
people different energies, bro. Like,
Nah,
he just ain't got
it's
that. He just ain't
Man,
got that
this ain't
fire
no
no more,
period,
bro.
man. This ain't no
nah,
different energy.
Mike. It's not that. It's
No.
guys that
He said it. Hold on, no. He said it. I want to get behind this.
nah. What do you like? It's just you
He
remember
said
how I was talking
Deion Jones
about.
is slacking. I want to know how he's slacking. He led the
It's not
team.
about.
He
Missing
was second in
tackles.
team. Hold
It's
on,
not
he's
about
second in
slacking.
team with tackles, and he was number one on the Falcons team with tackles for losses. How is he slacking?
It's because like these people, these people
Oh,
are
did you
easy to
say
jump on the
it?
ground,
Who
right?
said it? I want to know who said it.
I said it, bro.
Yeah,
All right,
it's because
Low key.
You be quiet. I want to hear how he's slacking.
Hey, look.
I just want to get behind it. I just want to get all right because I keep hearing the same thing. He's second in tackles for the team,
Yep.
and he's number one in tackles for losses. So how is Deion slacking? That's all I want to know.
I want to know too.
I personally don't think Deion's slacking. I just
He's
think
not.
that value-wise, like for example, when I brung up Leo Chenal and I told y'all about how he helps out people or helps out the D line doing his dirty work, right? A whole bunch of, as a matter of fact, probably all 32 teams are looking at Leo Chenal like, dang, he probably going to be a first or second rounder because of like how much value like people like Devin Lloyd and Leo Chenal and the guys that can actually do the dirty work and do sufficing coverage are. Like they're rare nowadays, and they're highly coveted now rather than these guys that can. I mean, they can go sideline to sideline, but they may not be able to shed blocks as well, and they might not even be as quick as we may seem or we may think against tight ends or running backs. Like I like Deion Jones, but in man coverage, I don't think he's as great as I think a lot of people are talking about. I think he's good. I don't think he's
graded. He still graded well as a cover guy.
He's
That's
still
not even
good.
true. Now,
He's still good. I just
no, we're gonna get behind the facts, the stats, and the truth. This is what we do up here.
Right.
It's not proceed. Well, I don't give a damn about all that energy. Oh, he just looks like he not interested. Oh, he missed 17 tackles.
Oh
Look,
no, he's good. He's good. That's not. Ain't
what
nobody
we
debating
know,
that.
what we do, we get behind the truth. This is what we do. We gotta be honest about ourselves. If you don't like Deion, say, all right, I think it's time, or his money isn't the way I think the way it should be. But when you start looking at his numbers are still up. The only thing this season that you did not see from Deion is the interceptions. That's literally the only thing.
That's true.
That
But
was
I don't think he fell off.
Man,
Now,
he hasn't fell
I'm gonna
off.
say this. Hold on. I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna piss all y'all off. I know it is. If we're gonna talk about numbers and not doing what we expect him to do, then we're talking about why the hell are we paying Grady Jarrett $23 million to get 2 sacks in the season? So we're gonna point the fingers at people. We need to point fingers at the right people.
Yeah.
I don't think that. Okay, well, yeah. Let's
the
fair.
thing with
Let's
Grady
go.
is that
The numbers say it.
That's right there.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about Grady Jarrett.
I think Grady Jarrett
Let's
tired,
talk
man.
about Grady Jarrett. All right.
Grady Jarrett.
So first of all, let's just talk about how Grady Jarrett gets double teamed. Literally, I don't know, just about every play. Just about every play.
I see 75 to 80%.
There are times, and there are times where he gets one-on-ones, but more so it's on play action, which practically doesn't count because unless you're like blowing up the play from the start, which is literally for reserved special class, which yes, Grady Jarrett has made those plays in the past, but that's not necessarily what he makes. Like that's not why I think he is an elite pass rusher just from doing stuff out of play action. So people are aware when they're facing the Falcons, like, Grady Jarrett is there. You need to double team him and let whoever is on the other side in the interior have one-on-one because they're not doing anything. At least, like, there are times where I saw a lot of
I call
Taquan
bullshit
Graham
on that because we literally got Route 96. All right, every play at the end of the day, Gray still got to put up numbers.
Yeah.
Dion is still putting up those numbers, and he literally got Route 96 come. Like, you might as well just say it's just open seat. He's still making plays.
What you say? Just go ahead, just spread eagle, and just let him go.
Just spread eagle. So again, I love Grady Jarrett. You still got to make those plays. He's not making those plays. He's like I said, we got to call a spade, bro. But just because we like guys doesn't exempt them from the fact they're making they still got to make the plays. Matt Ryan was still making plays when he got scrubs.
Yeah, you right about that.
This dude playing with practice squad guys. He's still making plays. Grady Jarrett, Route 96, he's still a good defensive tackle. Grady got to get those tackle for loss, and he got to get those sacks. He's not doing that. Dion is making plays.
Yeah.
So these are the things we be talking about. I love Grady. I don't want him to go, but you got to give us more than 2 sacks in a season, bro. That's not good enough. Go ahead, K-Style.
Let me make a point too here. Remember, Deion Jones had a half a sack less than Dante Fowler, who was supposed to have been the sack artist of the team the last 2 seasons.
You talk about overall? You talk about overall or just for the 2021 season?
No, I'm talking about the last 2 seasons.
Oh, last 2 seasons.
For the last 2 seasons.
Yeah. Dante Fowler had 7 sacks in 2 seasons. Deion Jones had 6.5.
Now, he was blitzing a lot.
Right.
He was.
I can't believe.
Hold on, K-Style.
But this is what I'm thinking of. This is how I'm going at it with this.
Mm-hmm.
When everybody loved Deion Jones here in Atlanta, remember, you had a dominant defensive tackle in front of him to allow him to move and make those plays.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Remember, you had Jonathan Babineau, Courtney Upshaw, Rasheed Hageman. You had Don Terry Poe,
Claiborne.
Yeah, you had Adrian Claiborne. You had Dwight Freeman.
Brooks Reed coming in over the time.
Brooks Reed. But like what Mike said, when you got Route 96, old Stevie B's looking ass. When you got John Kaminsky, who we still don't know what the hell he is on this team.
Marlon Davidson
can't stay healthy, and you got Grady Jarrett literally.
Triple team, him, man.
But I feel sorry for Grady Jarrett because it's like watching Pac-Man with him. It's like you trying to run away from the ghost, and the ghost catch your ass anyway.
Yeah, and let me clear this up real quick. I'm not saying that Grady Jarrett is not getting triple team. I'm not saying that he's not getting double team every.
Yeah.
My point is I need more than 2 sacks. That's not for a guy his caliber. 2 sacks is unacceptable. Right. Period. Point blank. And he missed a lot of sacks this season too. Let's keep it 100. Grady missed.
That's true.
And then you also got to think about this too. And we look at it.
I agree with that, Mike. He overran some plays.
Mm-hmm.
He overran some
but
plays.
He was still getting pressure.
He was for sure.
This year. What you say, K-Star? I don't want to say.
Let me get this out right quick. If you looked at last season alone, if you paid attention to last season alone, the reason why he over pursued on a lot of those plays is because remember Fourier was playing a new position too. So right. He had to cover Fourier as well. See, what Deion's role is, he can fit in this system, but you need a thumper, you need a dirty guy next to him to allow him to flow. See, Deion is a flowing linebacker. You not expecting. And this is why I'm not really big on the Kobe Dean here with the Falcons neither, because he's essentially the same damn size. And you need
so
big guys.
do you think don't you think that Rush was kind of filling in and playing some good ball as far as like playing that Rasheed Hayden role in the sense?
Yes.
And with him having
Deion responded well to it. Deion and Foyer responded well to it.
They both benefited.
They both benefited from that, because if you notice when Anthony Rush is on the field, Deion played better.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And Mike Pennell too.
And Mike Pennell. But when Tyler Davidson was on the field, it was like, man, fuck this shit. I'm going home. Wait, what that song goes?
When Tyler Davidson was on the field, you had Deion Jones taking up blocks like he's a two-gapper, which doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
And my man was getting sucked in on blocks, man.
Even with Jonathan Ballard, who isn't even a guy who should be taking on double teams, Deion Jones looked pretty decent. Like that should give you like some perspective. Wow. Like midway through the year is where like you could see, first of all, our D line with Anthony Rush was making some plays, like in the Saints game. I think the game before that, he was making some plays. But Deion Jones and Foyer and Eric Harris benefited a lot from it because they were bouncing runs to the outside because they can't necessarily go through because their centers can't move.
I don't even know why we bought him back.
No, hold on.
I honestly like the way Jaylen Hawkins was playing over Eric Harris, to be real.
Hold up. Okay.
Eric. Go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
So, Eric Harris and Jaylen Hawkins, in my opinion, are like similar players. Like they're very instinctual. They're maybe about the same speed, kind of. Eric Harris is more physical in the run game, which I think Jaylen Hawkins, for his size, just isn't gonna be that much of a factor. But if there was like something that I don't like about Eric Harris, it's the fact that I wish he had better speed, but also I don't think he plays good against man coverage.
Oh, did we get King Fix? Did we get King Fix on? Did you say something?
Big Fix.
What's happening, man? What you got for us?
Going on? Well, like I'm kind of torn because like a lot of the moves and stuff the Falcons making, I wholeheartedly agree. And like with some of the prospects that they mocking us to, I could honestly see different avenues of approach. Me trying to play devil's advocate roles for all them players. Like I'm real big on building up the trenches, building up the trenches and building the team and building up the team and stuff like that, and you know letting the chips fall as they may. Versus like I see a lot of people. I seen what somebody was just on here saying about the man coverage, about like how a lot of teams not gonna be able to play man coverage a lot because just off the simple fact that Marcus Mariota can take off, and I agree with it. So,
oh goddamn, who got the fire alarm? Fire alarm.
Oh no, don't do that. My bad, y'all.
You good? But go ahead, man.
So like I honestly can see all avenues. Me personally, I really just want to see how the draft fall. Cause if Trevon Walker there, I definitely wouldn't mind taking Trevon Walker there. If Trevon Walker's not there, if Thibodeau's not there, if none of the top air rushers is there, I'm all in for taking Jordan Davis at 8. Because if we can't trade, because we're really in a perfect world, what I really want to do is trade back into like that 12 spot or like we're around 12 or 15. Because that's honestly why I think Jordan Davis will go and take him and get another second round pick, and then at that point we'll have 3 second round picks. So from there we can fill other needs. Like if y'all want to go get a receiver, which me personally I feel like with the moves we made this week. I feel like honestly, shoot, in like the third, we could potentially get a Justin Ross or I like Jalen Tolbert from Alabama, from South Alabama. I like him.
Yes, sir.
Oh, he's
good.
Yes,
sir.
I like
Yes, sir.
So like
yes, sir.
with this draft being so deep in receiver and with the moves we made, I don't feel like we really would have to even reach up to go get a receiver. In the second, depending on how the draft falls. I honestly like Calvin Austin, but you know what? That's just signing Bird. That's kind of that they kind of the same player in a sense. So, well, with me, like I really like the Casey Hayward signing. I really like the Casey Hayward signing. That killed all suspicion about people talking about we getting sauce. All no sauce now.
All right.
You know, it don't make no difference to have no sauce because we gonna have, you know, if Isaiah Oliver continue playing the way he was playing and shot the man Mike gave, you know, he gave y'all game on Isaiah Oliver, even though he got a lot of flack for it. If Isaiah Oliver we can get him for a whole season with him coming back healthy, with him, you know, being more knowledgeable sitting out this season and stuff like that. I really honestly feel like we can have that good secondary and we can really just focus on the trenches, honestly.
Oh yeah.
And even in the go ahead.
Oh yeah, I got a question for y'all. About as far as like this team addressing position. So do y'all see this team drafting a corner in like this day 2 or day 3?
No.
I mean, it depends on what like it depends on what comes up.
Hold on there, everybody. One at a time.
Because I'm thinking this is one corner that's really good. He did play at Cincinnati. He was right next to he was teaming up with Gunner.
Oh, you're talking about
Kobe Bryant. I like that dude. If we had a chance to get him, would you be surprised if Falcons get him?
Nah, Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of Kobe. I don't think he's bad. I'm not. So okay, because like I promise you, I get flack for judging corners. But this is the truth. In my personal opinion, I think Sauce technically, and I mean technically speaking, when we're talking about knowing how to play corner in terms of hand placement, in terms of feeling people's routes, in terms of like ball skills and being just a better prospect out the jump, I think Sauce is the best corner in this draft.
For sure.
I think
easy. That goes without saying.
I think Derek Stingley has the way better potential in the entire draft. That's okay, cool. I think Kobe Bryant. Right, that's true. I think Kobe Bryant is a tad bit raw. I think he's decent. He reminds me of like some other corners like Josh Jobe out of Alabama, where he's been experienced to a lot of things. He knows certain things and he's trying to even implement a lot of technique, but he's not there yet. He hasn't reached that point where I'm like, I want to take him. Now, I wouldn't be mad if they took him, but I think that there's some other players that you could take. Now, if they took him like maybe later day 2, like late day 2, maybe early day 3, I'm cool with that because like he has technically speaking, he has a okay foundation that you can work with. But I don't know.
Oh snap!
As far as the corners go, though, you got to look at it. Because the Falcons don't have a lot of money right now in free agency, if you notice what they're doing, they're trying to complement some of the good pieces they do have on the team with the guys in free agency. That's why they paired their corner up with AJ Terrell. And if you notice, they're trying to do it strategically so that when the draft comes up, I believe they're going to go heavy with defense and O-line. That's why they're filling up the wide receivers. They're filling up, your corners. They're getting back, your safeties. They're doing all of this stuff so that when they go to the draft, they can say, okay, we just want him, and him. And, they ain't got to worry about trying to finagle nothing. Yeah. If you pay attention to what people are saying, because the player was like, yo, he's excited to play alongside AJ Terrell. And if you think about it, with them two in the backfield, they're going to cause havoc. So each piece that we're getting, like Auden Tate, you see them catches he's making? This dude is...
That man is a monster.
Can you imagine him and Pitts on the field at the same time? It's like it's like defenses are going to have to pick their poison when it comes to the Falcons in certain areas. So I'm saying pay attention to what they're doing in free agency. They're playing chess. We don't got a lot of money. Let's compliment the players that worked for us last season. Fill these spots up so that when the draft comes up, we can go ahead and get these playmakers that's really going to like solidify this team.
I promise you, Auden Tate is like T. Higgins at home. Like we got T. Higgins at home.
That
that's what Auden Tate is.
I like that comp.
He's like we got T. Higgins at home. That's literally what Auden Tate is. I'm not even joking.
I got a prospect question for y'all. How would you feel about Daniel Falele as a Falcon?
Hold up. Oh, heck no. Okay. Now, I say this.
That man
Do
might
not get
He raw.
fooled. Do not get fooled by him being 6'7" and 350. Do not be fooled. That man does not play like he's 6'7" and 350. Do not be fooled by his physical. He does not play like he's big, like he's a big Samoan about to like knock a dude out. He don't play
That's
like
a wall with roller
If
skates.
we got Falele, we gonna watch him get. We gonna deal with the same growing pain we dealt with Jaylen Mayfield this year.
That man. Oh no. He don't even like that dude. Doesn't play to how big he. That dude is massive and doesn't play as big as he should play. Like, Ikem Ekwonu plays like how Daniel Falele should be playing. Ikem Ekwonu plays like Mekhi Becton. Like that dude is IHOP. That dude right there, Ikem Ekwonu is IHOP. That's what he is.
Hey, make sure you specify what kind of pancakes he do. I mean, he might
with maple syrup and add a little bit of strawberries on it. That's
the full stack.
Yeah,
that's the full stack.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll stay.
Yeah,
buy one get one right there. That's buy one get one right there.
Dude is like a wall with roller skates.
That man will push you into next year. That is who he is.
Hey, well, look, hey, let me ask y'all something. Was y'all watching the Hawks game when they had the Georgia players up in there? They had your boy sitting in the audience.
Yeah, I think so.
Bro, you see how you see how he like he's sitting 4 inches above everybody else around him.
Yeah.
Jordan Davis was like 4 inches above everybody else in the crowd while he was sitting back.
Yeah, man, he a big dude.
Man, we get Jordan Davis, man. Like, this might be a hot take. We get Jordan Davis. I feel like, personally, we instantly can have a top 15 defense easy.
If we get Jordan Davis,
changes the mentality, man. It changes the mentality of how offenses are gonna come at you now. Because I'm gonna just tell you, would you just walk up to Mike Tyson and just say, "All right, Mike, I'm about to punch your ass in the face"?
Nope.
Why would you not do that? Because he's intimidating, right?
Hey, you see my face? I'm looking like
he look crazy, right? So you got a big 6'6", 340-pound guy. You gonna think twice about trying to start some shit with him, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's the reason why you need a guy like that. Because as much as he may not be, super crazy athletic, he's still 6'6", 340.
Right. And he can move. Yeah,
that dude fast. 4'8".
May I?
Damn.
May I just say that dude is?
I gotta say something like this. I gotta say something about this right here.
What?
If you think,
hold up.
If you think he's soft, I don't know what the fuck you been watching or what the fuck you smoking, but I need some of that.
Hold up.
Really? Come on.
He on that goo.
Hold on. And I ain't even. And everyone knows this about. Everyone knows this about me and Jordan Davis. I wasn't the biggest advocate for Jordan Davis, but I'm cool with the idea of taking him because if you have Jordan Davis and Anthony Rush
right
on the same field, let's just say you throw Grady Jarrett in there. Actually, you know what? Let's just say you throw Nick Thurman in there. You're not running inside. You're not doing it.
But look at this though. If you put him in there, and I've said this many times, if you put him in there with Anthony Rush, Deion Jones is gonna eat. Grady Jarrett numbers, they're gonna eat because Deion Jones is gonna hunt. He's gonna be able to roam as much as he wants to. You ain't got to worry about teams trying to run it up the gut. And then Falcons is already good with setting the edge. That first of all intimidates offenses. Let's just say, i.e., Tampa Bay. Now you got that. Now you got that line. Brady like, oh yeah, they ain't playing. So
Brady
now
already.
now they know. Yeah. So now they know that okay. I can't sit back in his pocket no more, or I got to get the ball out. So now it opens up that pass rush because you don't have to worry about Grady Jarrett getting double and triple team, and you don't have to worry about them zeroing in on Deion Jones.
True that.
Good
And
Lord,
hold on. May I just say?
We already see Brady got weakness going up the middle, getting pressure up the middle. So you get Grady Jarrett and Jordan Davis coming up the middle at Brady. Oh man.
And I know maybe some of y'all may have been wondering why Devondre Campbell was an All-Pro. I certainly was because I didn't expect it.
I didn't expect it either.
Exactly. That guy plays in a too high cover 4 quarters scheme.
He downhill.
He plays in a quarter scheme where they have Kenny Clark and big guys up front and edge rushers.
Let me just say this before. I know you agree with players, but when you're asked to do one thing, you're gonna look a lot better to do. You're gonna look a lot better.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what I was getting to. That's exactly what I was getting to.
He's not asked to cover. He's not asked to blitz. He's asked to run and tackle.
He's asked to penetrate. That's all he's asked to do. That's all. Yep. Like literally, he gets free lanes in his decided 2 options. He has 2 options as a linebacker, and they make the scheme very, very easy for him because of the players that are surrounded by him. If Devondre Campbell is able to win All-Pro, which by the way could have easily went to Foyer with a less than ideal scheme around him. Imagine what Deion Jones is gonna do. Okay, like with Jordan Davis and Anthony Rush and all these big, massive human beings in front of him.
And imagine if we sign Rashaan Evans.
Oh,
running.
I would like to see that. I would like to see, to be honest.
Yeah, that's game over right
there. Hey, Dre was talking about the great Khali, big man wall with roller skates. He was talking about that guy.
Oh yes, indeed. No. He's indeed correct. He's indeed correct. Okay, I fully concur. But indeed. Sharman. Indeed.
Baby diaper soft. That's what you're saying.
The dang 100%.
Okay, but
Angel soft.
Applesauce. That's applesauce soft.
I seen Majai Sanders go in take it to him.
But I'm about to say, I'm about to say, but for me, like I said, if you talking about offensive linemen, the one that I've been paying attention the most right now has been what's his name? Kennard out of Kentucky.
I like Kennard.
Darren Kennard. I like I said, that's one of those Falcons might pull one of those things right there if they look at offensive line. Cause we need some attitude and competition right there, especially if you're trying to figure out if Caleb McGarry is gonna be the guy that you want on this team for the next couple of years.
Right.
I like a few guys. If we are gonna go offensive tackle, and if I'm being quite honest, I haven't even done that's not the offensive tackle group is the position where I actually haven't done as much research with other positions. But there are a few guys that I know. Abraham Smith, from what I understand, is very good with his hands. So in terms of being a technician, that is where he excels in. And I don't think Caleb McGarry, while I think he's actually underrated with his hands, I don't even think he is up there with Abraham Smith. Keep that in mind. We also have Tyler Smith. And that dude, as I think I've mentioned before on this channel, that dude is, as Mike would say, country strong. That man is cornbread fed strong. That dude is strong, probably stronger than Jaylen Mayfield, maybe even stronger than any big dude that you can name that's not Akeem Kwanu or Tevin Jenkins or those type of people. But he's strong. He is like a step lower with pancakes. That strong. So there's some guys here that can do that.
So you're saying he's the complete opposite of Lamar Holmes, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, and you're gonna need that up front if you want to keep the bridge up just a little bit longer.
But I should mention that he is a tad bit raw, but if you wanted to draft him, and let's just say Caleb McGarry earns himself 1 extra year, it's not a bad alternative. Just throwing it out there.
Oh yeah, I did want to mention a couple things. I think first of all, I think we gonna basically all agree that every quarterback in this draft, they're gonna have to sit at least a year. Whoever
Yeah.
picks drafts a quarterback, they're gonna have to sit a year. Even the good ones. But,
Even Carson Strong, who in my
yeah,
opinion is probably the best pure passer in this draft.
he is. I seen him pass. I see his passing accuracy last season for Nevada. Goodness, even though he can't run with that knee brace, goodness, he throws some darts. I mean,
He
seriously.
does. That man
That's impressive. His
had
accuracy is
had
awesome.
had Malik Willis not been in the draft, he would be up there for probably the biggest arm in the entire draft. Had Malik Willis not existed, had Bailey Zappi not existed,
Bailey
he probably would
Zappi
have
is
had the
another.
strongest arm.
Bailey Zappi is
Right.
another one that surprised me. He made history last season. I mean,
He
I think it
did.
was like
He
most
did.
passing yards and most touchdowns. I think touchdowns like 62 in a career. That's a lot.
Well, let me ask y'all this: with everybody talking about the quarterback class and whatnot, I kind of took a take from what Mike was saying earlier in a couple shows back about the quarterbacks being able to, like you say, read the defenses and everything, and with these guys having to sit behind. Because if you think about it, and that's why everybody kind of had they was up in arms about Marcus Mariota, is you want a quarterback to be able to sit behind him, even though he's a bridge quarterback for right now, because you throw one of them young guys out there and they get up against one of these defenses, like if they got to deal with like Tampa's defense or whatever. The thing is going to come down to, number one, mechanics or whatnot. Then it's going to have to be, how does this dude deal with the pressure of a real stout defense coming at him? And like you said, because it's a lot easier to deal with an O-line that for sure I can stand back here and kind of freak out and then get my stuff together and throw work, versus I got to make a decision right now because this O-line ain't going to hold up long enough for me. And when guys come into the league, go into a team knowing that, hey, this O-line is, I don't know if this O-line is top 5 or whatever, they get freaked out. And then that's how you get sacked and hurt and all that kind of stuff. So out of all of the guys you call, who you think would be a best fit to sit behind Mariota to, take up the reins once it's time to?
Desmond Ritter.
Okay.
I would say
Desmond Ritter, I think is
keep it 100.
I think Desmond Ritter is
wrong. Every last one of y'all wrong. Everything y'all just said is wrong. The reason why I say that is because none of those. The reason why I have an issue with RPOs is because you're not learning how to look at defenses. We're talking about looking at defenses, not how you throw, not
learning,
how you throw,
right?
Just looking and reading and reacting with what the defenses are doing. One of the main things when you talk about, you look at how teams have been attacking Lamar Jackson. They've been attacking him by using a lot of stunts. That what they'll do, they'll overload, and then allow those guys, when they overload one side, they'll switch these guys. Lamar thinks the left side is open, but they looping these guys around, and Lamar gets trapped. This is why the RPO is so dangerous. This is why the RPO is so dangerous, because you're not teaching these guys to look out for those loops. And this is why you saw last year with Mike Walker. Mike Walker, how did he get that interception? They looped him around, and then he fell back into a zone, and he threw it straight to him. That's the reason why I don't like a lot of these RPO and quarterbacks, because they're not learning how to look at defenses. So what I'm gonna say right now is 2 quarterbacks right now who's absolutely ready, because they've learned they throw the ball first. They're looking, they're reading the defense, and that's Carson Strong and Bailey Zappi. Those guys, they play in a spread offense, and they have to focus on looking at the secondary. So I'm not saying that Ritter is not a good quarterback, but we're talking about quarterbacks that are most ready, NFL ready. It's not Kenny Pickett. It's not Malik. None of those guys are ready because they haven't learned how to look at defenses and react to what the defense is doing. Because guys like Dean Pease is gonna make you think he's gonna send 4. And then that 4 gonna turn into, Isaiah Oliver coming off the edge. You thinking the right side is wide open, next thing you know, oh bam. You running right into Isaiah Oliver coming off of a corner blitz or safety blitz.
For sure, I can get up on that. But Mike, you don't think a quarterback sitting you don't think they'll be able to learn that?
I think Desmond Ridder. I think Desmond Ridder isn't bad. Like he's played under center, which I'm not sure if a lot of players in this draft class have played under center that much. Even Carson Strong, I don't think has played under center that much. So I think that's a plus. Because being able to do rollouts,
a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL don't play under center like that anymore.
That is true. Yeah. And a lot of quarterbacks also don't. A lot of quarterbacks also don't call their protections. That's something that Malik Willis does pretty well. Because he had the reins there, but actually that's not true. That's actually not true. That's actually not true because he actually missed a few blitzes, so he's not perfect in that regard. But I believe Liberty did leave the protection calls up to him, which is I think rare.
With that by not having him up on these center. Russell Wilson was one of the first quarterbacks I seen that was exclusively a shotgun. And
Trey Lance is also a quarterback that had full control over his protection calls at.
He did.
Not North Dakota State.
Yeah, I think that when that his last full season he played, things like 42 touchdowns, no interceptions. That was shocking.
Yeah,
I ain't see that coming. Even in FCS level, which is good. No interceptions in the full season. That's to be honest.
He did throw turnover worthy plays. He did have some turnover worthy plays. They just didn't.
It just never happened, yo. But, yeah.
So I think if Mariota can get his 8 wins, this year, I think we should give him a shot. I think we should.
I'm telling you, I'm high on Mariota.
With the schedule we got, especially if we get Mariota from when they went to the playoffs and they beat the Chiefs when the Chiefs was up 21-3, when they like 2018-ish.
Yeah, something like that. I think
he kind of won. He kind of won the game by himself.
If you give Mariota some protection, knowing he knows Arthur Smith's scheme, it's going to be a little bit easier for him to do what he do. And then, like I said, him being mobile, that what's going to happen is all of the teams got film on the Falcons from Matt Ryan's last year. They don't know how Mariota is going to fit on the Falcons this year. So you're coming into the season again with another surprise for all of the defenses to have to learn again. So that kind of gives them an advantage as long as you can give him protection enough for him to do what he's got to do.
Exactly. And then what I saw a lot, because I went back and watched that game, that Kansas City game. What I did see, I saw him going to Jonnu Smith a lot. I saw him going to Delaney Walker a lot. The reason the boys was getting open is because when Mariota was rolling out right, when he was rolling out left, them linebackers was sucking in, and he was hitting them across the middle. He was hitting Delaney Walker. He was hitting Jonnu Smith. He even hit Corey Davis a couple times.
Now plug in Pitts and plug in other dude. You see what I'm saying? And also it opens up Arthur Smith's playbook, because remember, one of the things that a lot of people was complaining about is, well, ain't Arthur Smith going to open up his playbook? Well, like Mike said, if you got a quarterback that's basically taught to stay in the pocket, you have to go with those plays that benefit him in the pocket. But if you got a quarterback that can kind of get out the pocket and, make stuff happen, he opened up them plays that a lot of these teams now still haven't seen yet. So that gives the Falcons more flexibility when dealing with teams that's got, maybe a front 4, a front 5, or even a front 7 that's formidable.
Now, I think what's interesting is because first I'd like to say, like, I am very, very high on Marcus Mariota. I've said this a few times that I don't think he places the ball in danger, at least intentionally speaking, with decisions. And on the rare occasions, or not rare, but on the few occasions that he overthrows the ball, I don't believe it's necessarily an accuracy issue, as I've stated before. Now, I'm not saying that Marcus Mariota is going to knock our socks off this year because we have a really tough schedule this year.
Yeah.
But I do think that Marcus Mariota is a good quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback in his skill set. I think he has a good arm. I think he doesn't place the ball in trouble, and he has the ability to work through his reads in a spread offense. I've seen it before. I know he knows how to work the quick game. He can run. He can do it all. Like I think
The
people
talent's
are
definitely there.
exactly. I think people are saying, "Oh, he got benched," and then moving off of him. But really, he got benched, and I'm like, why did he get benched? Like he threw 2 interceptions in one game, but before that, he threw 1 interceptions over like 5 weeks and was playing like really, 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 really good. And I'm like he was trading blows with one of the better quarterbacks in the league, and I'm like, y'all benched him for Ryan Tannehill for 2 picks.
Well, you gotta understand too.
Both picks were because of pressure.
I
think that was
believe.
a Vrabel decision.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I believe that Vrabel had his man. He had who he wanted to play because remember, Arthur Smith was an offensive coordinator, so it's a little bit different. He wasn't the head coach, so I believe they had the man that they wanted to showcase. Not saying that Mariota wasn't good. So now Arthur Smith and Mariota have an opportunity to work, and he has opportunity to use him the way he sees fit. So it's a little bit different.
The way Arthur Smith was using Marcus Mariota, that man looked. I won't say that he looked all-star, but that dude was looking pretty close. Like that dude was doing pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie. Like
For sure.
even with his trajectory issues, that man still looked like a really good quarterback. A really good quarterback.
Well, then too, you got to think about it too. The Tennessee Titans still was predicated on the run, and it was give Henry the ball. So you see what I'm saying? With Atlanta Falcons, you've got if he has to go over the top, he can. If he wants to run the ball, he can. That gives, like I said, gives Arthur Smith more flexibility.
But
And then you got to think too. With starting the season off with him being a new quarterback to this team. By him knowing Arthur Smith's system, it shortens the learning curve. So we don't have to go. Exactly. We don't have to go 3, 4, 5, 6 games for Mariota to get it. You know what I'm saying? And then they can kind of adjust it as it goes. But with a new quarterback that doesn't even know Arthur Smith's system, you got to learn. You got to get the team chemistry as well as learning the system. And that's what a lot of people when they talking about, we need to take a quarterback at number 8, don't realize. You like Mike would say too. If you could have all the athleticism you want, you and the coach can be on one accord. If you don't have team chemistry, you and them receivers or them running back, y'all not gonna be on one accord. And there's other teams are gonna pick up on that. That's gonna make it even harder to be unpredictable.
And going back to your point about you speaking on about them being more predicated on a run, they really didn't even get really heavily predicated on a run until Ryan Tannehill took over.
That's true. Like that's what I was just about to say. In the Titans, like when Marcus Mariota was playing before he got benched, they weren't really running. Like I'm not sure about the statistics, but at least on film, they weren't really running him the ball as much. Like they ran him. They did run him but compared to what he was running when he got like 2K, that man was like practically not running at all. Like that dude wasn't really getting the ball. It was more so Marcus Mariota. Quick game, spread concepts, hitch, curl routes, cover 3, stick plays, and then play action plays, a few goal balls. Like that dude was running literally everything. Like, you want him to play empty? Oh, he can do that. You want him to play shotgun? He can do that. You want to play under center? He can do that. Like that dude didn't deserve to get benched. Like Mike Vrabel, whatever he's doing, he's. I want what he's on because that was I don't know what he saw.
But see, that's the thing. That wasn't the kind of culture that he wanted to push.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That wasn't the culture he wanted to push. So as you saw when they put Tannehill in there, then they went back to the run heavy offense.
And to be honest, bro, with that, I think really what they was trying to do, I think they really were trying to wing Tannehill in. But once they seen Derrick Henry really breaking off and really going off, they was like, shoot, we gonna dance with who bought us. We gonna keep giving them the ball, and then they just schemed around that.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And then on top of that, like I know a lot of people not real big on QB yards and stuff like that, but if you look at Marcus Mariota's QB yard throughout his career, he well in the 90s. Except for that one year, I think. Go ahead.
That man was moving the ball. He really was. He Now I don't know necessarily anything about his yards, but he was moving.
Lamar Jackson.
Wait, hold on. Did he just say Lamar Jack? Hold up.
Talking about Lamar Jackson. Talking about Lamar Jackson.
Hold it. I don't know.
You mean the quarterback?
I don't even see that happen right now.
He mean the cornerback. He mean
boy,
Lamar
he
Jackson,
on
the
that
cornerback.
Boy, he on that. Boy, he is strictly on that goony goo goo.
Man, the quarterback? No, the cornerback. Sure, the quarterback? You must be out your mind. I'm sorry. Have you lost your mind? Because I'll help you find it. Because that ain't. No.
Boy, y'all about got Atlas ass riled up with that question, boy.
Oh yeah. I got 2 questions for y'all. I got 2 questions.
I saw the same video y'all saw talking about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson ain't coming to no Atlanta.
Bro, we might as well just draft Malik.
We not getting burnt twice.
All right, we're gonna do that. Let's just draft Malik. I'm not.
Give me some fresh ties. I don't need none that's got some tread wet down.
Fucking Lamar Jackson.
Oh yeah. Do you guys see the Falcons drafting a running back in this draft? Or in other cases,
I do. I got a lot of them I like too. I like 4th round.
Because to me, the one I like the best is Isaiah Spiller. I like that dude. I like him.
Isaiah Spiller.
Yeah, and then the one I do like as well, they ain't getting a lot of attention. So I hope he gets drafted is Tyler Algier, the boy BYU, which is also good. But I do like
people comparing him to James Conner.
I ain't gonna lie. I like bro. What's the name from Notre Dame? Kyron. I like him. I like him. Catch the ball well out the backfield. Yep, he catch the ball out the backfield. He can pass protect. I mean, he not that big. He like 5'9".
But
that man's like a wide receiver playing running back at the same time.
Think about Kill Witt. He plays bigger than what he is. So
exactly. I like that.
My personal favorite that I see that I would like is Hassan Haskins.
Oh, I like him.
Oh, I like Hassan Haskins too, but he's people like he's more suited for a gap scheme, but I love Hassan Haskins. Like I really do. Like that man has A1 vision. A1 vision. Like probably one of the best vision I've seen in this entire draft.
Like I said, the reason why is you're not arm tackling this dude. No. That's all we get. That's all I gotta say right now.
No, you are not. No, you are not.
You ain't tackling. Boy, you better come with it, boy. You better come with it, because if you don't, he's gonna bring the hammer. And I think I think for what this backfield needs, they need a running back that's gonna set a tone.
Exactly.
You need
I like guys that are scheme versatile, but I haven't really been focusing too much on it because I've just been prioritizing a lot of other positions before that. But I think there's some guys that fit the scheme and also can produce. I just don't think that they're high-level players. Like I think Tyler Beatty has really good vision. I think Sincere McCormick is pretty good, and he performed outstanding for Texas San Antonio. Like he that man was rushing for a lot.
Okay. Now that was surprising. That program as a whole last season was surprising. I did not see that. Only lost 1 game.
Oh yeah.
1 out of 14. That's impressive. So
yeah, I don't like how people are hyping up Tyreek Woodley. In my opinion, I don't really like that. I mean, I think he's good. Don't get me wrong, but I have him as like a similar to Alontae Taylor, and I have Marcus Jones slightly above them just because.
I think Tyreek Woodley is more so of his measurables than anything.
Right, I think it's more of his measurables. Right, I think he's good. Like with his technique. I just think he's a little bit less polished than Marcus Jones, at least in my personal opinion. Marcus Jones is like, I mean, I've seen him go up against Calvin Austin and make insane picks. I've seen him
They
go up
about the
against
same
Alec
size.
Pierce and swat the ball out of Alec Pierce's hands in a jump ball situation. I know he's 6'3", but that dude can literally has a 40-inch vertical and jumps and mosses people like he's D-Hop. Like that guy, like Marcus
So you
Jones is
telling me he
no
got a little
joke,
Brent
bro.
Grimes in him?
I mean, Alec Pierce ain't
Not
no
the
joke. He's
crazy ass
probably
white.
going second
Oh,
round.
Alec Pierce
He's
is
going
good.
second round.
Good.
Yeah,
I
Marcus
just
Jones was able to kind of like he didn't have the best game against Alec Pierce, but he held his own. Like he was respectable, at least in my opinion. He wasn't great, but he wasn't bad. Like his technique was okay. I think that his game against Calvin Austin was way better because he made an insane pick. And even in the game against Calvin Austin, I don't think he did the best, but he still was able to ball out. But Alec Pierce, that man, Marcus Jones is 5'5", maybe
He like
5'9".
5'9", 5'8", 5'9".
That dude swat out a jump ball from Alec Pierce in a goal line situation like it was nothing. Like that to me was like, what? Huh?
Yeah.
How? Like
He's like
how?
a way better. If we could compare him to somebody on our team, now he's like a way better Avery Williams to me.
Way better. Like
he can take back
Avery,
kicks.
Yeah. Like I can understand people not wanting to take Marcus Jones because of his size, but I really don't think it's that much of an issue. I really don't. Like if you were
Yeah,
gonna point
dog.
to other concerns, you could point to his concerns maybe being about speed. You can point to his concerns about maybe him occasionally getting beat on releases, but that's it. That dude plays with good technique and has insane ball. I've seen this dude make a one-hand interception over Calvin Austin, like over him. And I'm like, what? This dude is.
How y'all feel about Sam
Oh,
Williams?
that one.
Different.
Oh, that one.
That dude's
Sam
different.
Williams. Interesting.
That's one of my favorites in this draft right now.
Sam Williams got some hands. Now, that dude got some hands.
He's very violent. Let's just say that as a pass rusher.
He kind of remind me of bro from KC a little bit. What's his name? Chris Jones. Kind of remind me of him a little bit.
Right. Anything that doesn't remind us of Dante Fowler, we good.
You talking about talk trash about the fan.
Wait, you done? What are you talking about? Hong Kong Phooey?
Hong Kong Phooey. Yep. Like I said, he was more horizontal in the air than Brittany Renner at a NBA game. I'm just saying.
Look. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you. Dante Fowler kind of remind me of Chun-Li off of Street Fighter when she do that hurricane kick.
Man, Dante Fowler benefited a lot from Aaron Donald, Brockers, and freaking Leonard Floyd and all them boys. Over there.
I mean, Dante Fowler was like when I would look at him, I'm like, please get some, please, like, for the love of goodness, everything all holy.
I was 100% done with Dante Fowler. He got still throwing about goddamn going. What Buddy from Buffalo? Buddy got still throwing for Buddy from Buffalo.
Buddy from Buffalo.
I was over Dante Fowler then.
Boy, how they?
I'm like, brother, please.
The one that got me, the one
3 times.
The one that got me is when he jumped up in the air and did that raise your hand if you're sure type block and wasn't no ball in the air. I was like, dude, what are you doing? The only thing I'm gonna say, if Falcons don't need no more tiptoeing, we don't need no more discoing, we don't need no more cheerleading in the middle of the field. We don't need no more of that. You got Disco Ridley, you got Hong Kong Phooey. Man, we don't need no more of that.
Calvin really messed up this offseason with him gambling. They really messed up everything.
I remember when I first saw that. I remember when I first saw it. I had screenshot it and sent it to Mike. I was
And then he got the nerve to keep tweeting after he got caught.
I didn't spend that much.
Talking about I'm only gonna be gone a year.
He said I'm only gonna be gone a year.
$1,500.
I'm like, you acting like a year is like
bro, you
like a
bro, you
month,
already 27.
And then he stopped tweeting. He stopped tweeting. What is he doing
Only
now?
bet 49,000.
Right. We
lost out on millions. Like, chill.
All right. No. I was like, wait a minute. That's how much I'm making entire year. Motherfucker, how dare you? How dare you? And you lost out on 11 million plus a possible 100 million for next season on a $1,500 parlay.
Exactly. Like, how do you mess up your bag? Like, I don't even want to.
How you do that?
I don't understand.
Bro, you could have got Riley Ridley to do the betting for you. They wouldn't have given
Exactly.
Look.
That man was probably gonna get cut anyway. Like,
He wasn't even in the league then.
But look, I'm gonna tell you right now.
His name pop up on that ticket and just was being like, go ahead and push through.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, you betting on games you ain't even playing in. Like,
man, look
what? Why?
I don't even understand. I mean, I'm glad he at least betted on the Falcons, but like, please, like, why?
Bet. You glad he bet on the Falcons? What? You mean?
I mean, at least he wasn't like, like trying to what's
they
the word?
told everybody do not bet on games.
He couldn't call his brother and say, "Look, I'm gonna be in the game. You bet for me while you watch me play." No, you at home with him, talk about here. Take my phone, bet. Don't worry about it. They ain't gonna know. They still think I'm going to something. They ain't gonna know.
That's what's so stupid about it. Like, you act like people weren't gonna know. Like, homie, you're in the like. All right.
Look.
Before I start getting,
look. All I gotta say is Kansas City 2020. That's all I need to say. I was done right there. When I seen that, I said I was done.
Man,
like, nah.
he had a tub.
There was a tub right there.
That man ran and then ran back.
That man let Florence out angle him.
Why y'all think
I
call
him
him
free touchdown and just
no. Why y'all think I call him Disco Ridley? Dude looked like he was doing the John Travolta on the 20-yard line.
He had the perfect nickname for himself. Slide. That's all his ass do. Slide backwards, slide to the left, slide to the right.
No.
I'm not doing the Cupid shuffle.
No. He said he was doing the John. He said he was doing the John Travolta Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, really didn't fit our system anyway. He really more of an outside number type of guy. He couldn't make we seen he couldn't make the contested catches, even when Matt tried to put him in the position to make those contested catches. Every big play really I ever seen really make, he was in space.
But basically what happened was he got his feelings hurt. And he did like a little kid. He didn't want to play in the sandbox no more because they told him he was going to have to really do some work. You're going to have to get hit, really. It's going to happen. He got hit one time. He was like, I don't want to play no more. I don't even because you see how he walked off the field after that hit. After they hit him, after he caught that pass across the middle and got hit, really got up like, I don't want to play no more, coach. I don't want to play no more.
I don't even think it's that. Like, it's just like I don't even understand why he even left the team at that point. Like, when we're looking at this from a route standpoint, it's not like things were that different. I mean, they weren't running deep outs like they used to, which I think they should have done. And they started to do with Russell Gage later down the season. But he was still running a few low post to get free open yards, like it was a quick game, which is highly efficient. And I think Calvin Ridley was still running some routes to get open. Now, about him in contested catches situations, I don't necessarily agree with the fact that he isn't capable of making contested catches, because I've seen him make contested catches and do it against some pretty good corners that are known for their ball skills. I also just don't think I think it's I I'm not trying to blame this on Matt Ryan, but I also think that there are a few times where he underthrew the ball, and I just am kind of iffy about it.
Think of it this way: when Julio left and Kyle Pitts was up, you kind of looked at really look at how his mannerisms was. Because remember, Julio was the one that took all of the brunt of the hit when he caught the ball, so really was able to run his route freely. Kyle Pitts didn't take up that mantle. Kyle Pitts wasn't taking up Julio's mantle directly to where he was just going to go across the middle and take all the hits and then really could do what he had to do. Really had to step up because Kyle was still learning a new system. He's a rookie. So if you notice, the passes that really tried to really do his thing with were on the outside. But as you see, people started figuring out that he didn't want to get hit, so they started making sure he couldn't run to the outside. And like I said, it's just like I said, if y'all played street football before, y'all know it's always that one kid, when he get hit, he going home. He get hit, he get that one good hit. I'm going home, man. I don't want to play no more. Y'all hurt me. That's what happened to Ridley.
Oh, I already know. I already know. I was notorious for sending the kids home. I already know. I've seen it.
Hey, K-Style, you been what they call it, sideline bust? That's that one kid you get caught near the curb. And he limping home because he don't want to play no more. That's Ridley.
Yep.
I don't send his ass into the bushes.
I don't think that I don't think that Calvin really couldn't go to the outside. I just don't necessarily think Arthur Smith called plays for him to go to the outside as frequently as I'd like him to.
Well, yeah,
like,
because you got to think.
Sure.
You got to think. Go back and look at them games in 2019 when Julio Jones would go across the middle and cut up and he'd catch a pass or he'd catch it in traffic.
Right.
The next play, what was Ridley doing? He would be a decoy for Ridley to get the ball. Kyle Pitts wasn't doing that yet because Kyle Pitts hadn't really gotten acclimated to doing the routes. And that's the reason why he was getting bracketed. So Ridley had to step up and be the dude to take the heat. And he didn't want to. So it was like, think about it. If you watch him catch the ball, he's running around like, hey, man, y'all gonna help me? Who gonna help me? And they like, run, man, run. So you can see the mindset. It's like he was expecting Kyle. It's almost like he was expecting Kyle Pitts to be another Julio Jones, like, bruh. And Kyle Pitts wasn't that dude. So really got tired of trying to be coined as number one.
Kind
of.
I'm about to say, we're going to make this the last question of the night right here. We got the $5 super chat from Dre, true statement. And everybody kind of give like a, I think we kind of already answered this. He said, who are some of y'all favorite old linemen and not just first rounders? I think we've all kind of said that Daniel Falele is not it. I know that's the one thing everybody said.
Absolutely.
How y'all feel about bringing?
Please don't even mention his name, please. Don't even mention his name. Like, I can't. So help me, gosh, if I hear his name again, I don't even want to think about it. You said Alec Lindstrom.
Yeah, how y'all feel about bringing him in here?
I mean, if I'm being honest, and I'm being brutally honest, I think he's a stronger version of Matt Hennessy. That's it. That's literally it. I don't think he's significantly better.
What the hell is that supposed to mean, Alec? What the hell that means?
I think that he does practically what Matt Hennessy does, but he has a better anchor and he has more grip strength than I think Matt Hennessy does. I think he's able to sustain blocks and okay. That's what I meant to say. But like, I don't think that man falls over like he's tipsy on the field and he ducks his head and he like falls on the ground randomly and I'm like, Chris, go get your brother, please. Like, what's going on here?
Oh,
like, he's not bad. I don't think.
Well, I would say I say another offensive lineman from what I saw from the Senior Bowl is Trevor Penning. This dude literally getting in the fights with everybody in the drills. I was like, yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, he got in a fight with Tyler Smith, or no, Tyreek Smith. I was like, what?
This dude literally pushed a pass rusher into the goalpost. I was like, yeah. This is some nasty
He
shit,
really
right?
did. And the thing is, I don't even think he started like the dude that got pushed into the goalpost. He didn't even like fight back. It was like the next play afterwards, and Trevor Penning was still like being like Trevor Penning was just kind of carrying it like too far. Like he had pushed him into the goalpost, and then the next play kept going pushing them and kept going pushing them. And I'm like, yo, chill. It's a Senior
The
Bowl.
rep over.
Like this ain't an actual game. Like relax. Like you
Bruh,
about to kill him. Like chill.
bruh,
Man,
bruh,
y'all
this,
probably get on me for this, man. But shoot, he kind of remind me of Caleb McGarry. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Oh, I see it.
Who?
I see it.
I ain't gonna lie.
Who?
Trevor Penning remind me of Caleb McGarry a little bit.
I
Not
see
even
it,
gonna lie.
but that's not. I see it, but that's not
I mean,
really.
like in what
him.
way? In what way?
Like
I
as
think
far
from
as
like a
no, go ahead.
from like a compine's point, like he looks like how Caleb McGarry tested at the combine, but I don't think he tested as well as he did in the combine.
I
Like
mean, Caleb
when
McGarry
you
was
look,
pretty nasty in Washington.
yeah, and in Washington, when you look at his
Yeah,
film
that
and
nasty
run
that mean
blocking,
street.
that man
Oh, he still has
had
it.
a little bit
He
of.
going nowhere.
He still does. Yeah, he still does. Like he's actually a pretty good run blocker, and I think that's something that Trevor Penning
Let
has
me
like.
say this real quick. Alex. He's a right tackles are right tackles for a reason. They're not as athletic as a left tackle. Right tackles are not as athletic. So when you talk about guys, when you draft a right tackle, you draft them because they're not as good as left tackle. That's why they went to the right side. And a lot of those guys don't have the foot quickness. There's very few right tackles in the league that are actually very good. All those guys struggle. That's why you got them on the right side. So I was like, I know a lot of people be, hard on Caleb McGarry and saying he's inconsistent. That's the reason why he's at right tackle. Right
I
tackles
also
in the
remember
league
people
are
saying they was gonna
inconsistent.
kick him inside too. Like after we drafted him a little bit, they was like he'll probably
Which
be
is,
better if we kicked him inside.
and honestly, they should have. They really should have, because if I'm looking at it right, he plays that he doesn't do well in are sometimes when he's getting caught back inside because he's not quick enough. He actually does pretty well on speed rushes, which is surprising because he really initially I don't think he was actually
Let me ask y'all
that
this
great
then.
at it.
Let me ask you this. This is why I always ask people, and we talk about trying to say, all right, is this guy good or not? Name the top 5 right tackles in the league.
Ryan Ramczyk.
See,
we don't damn know.
Now you see my point.
Right off top.
Now y'all see my point. This is the reason why we got to stop being so hard on guys, because a lot of people can't even name 5 to 3 right tackles. He's
I was
a
gonna
lot
say
better.
Mitchell Schwartz,
He's
but
a
he
lot
retired.
better.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I mean. So we got to stop being so hard on these guys. Got to stop being hard on these guys. They're a lot better than what we give them credit for.
Exactly.
When you compare them to the league in its entirety, the coach's job, the coach's job is to help cover the offensive line deficiencies. You never want to leave any tackle if he's not Jake Matthews or Trent Williams. Most of these guys are not going to hold up by themselves. So if you see your right tackle consistently getting beat, well, the coach is not doing a job. We saw that with Adrian Claiborne. The man had like 6 sacks in the game, and the dumbass coach, he just kept just like, all right, ain't you gonna do something? You gonna put a tackle? You gonna put a tight end now? You gonna put a running back? You gonna chip him? Nope, they didn't do anything. So when you see these guys constantly
I remember
getting
that game.
when you see tackles consistently getting beat the exact same way, oftentimes it's not their fault. It's actually the coach's job for not making the adjustment. So we got to lay off on a lot of these tackles, man.
I was actually thinking about this game like today, man. The game where Adrian Claiborne got 6 sacks against the Cowboys. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah,
And
just one.
Yeah, he ran all over the Cowboys.
Yeah, man. It's because like I think Tyron Smith got hurt, and then they put the
they were down
backup
to like their
a
second
tackle over there, and then he got blasted.
Well, I felt sorry.
I think it's. Oh yeah, no.
No, go ahead. Go. I'm about to say I felt sorry for that time because he got his ass cut after the game.
They pulled what Julio did to dang on Ben Rickery, whatever the hell his name was.
They're like, nope, but you get your ass up out of here.
And Julio still getting hate mail.
And the sad thing about it, Adrian Claiborne had 9 sacks that whole season, and 6 of them came against this dude.
Man, Julio owe that man Ben Rickery kids an apology, man.
Shit, hey, look, he got time now because ain't nobody picked his ass up.
Right.
True. Oh yeah. I did get some news. Someone got a contract extension. Well, a 5-year contract deal. Jaylen Howard, 5 years. I think it's like $50 million.
Jaylen Howard.
5 years, $90 million extension.
That's what it was. Yep, that's what it was.
Not surprised.
Not surprised. Most of that money is guaranteed, so that's interesting.
Oh wow. Okay, now that's actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's not that interesting because he kind of did deserve it.
He is one of the best corners in the league. I can't deny
that.
That
Is true.
That is true. He is one of the best corners.
I was expecting it to be most of it fully guaranteed, but yeah, that is true.
Most of it is guaranteed. Most of that money is guaranteed for sure. And I also wanted to mention before the show goes out, if any of y'all watch college football, I want to let you know something as well. Conference realignment is already started in motion. It's already started. 3 teams, I think 4 teams. Yeah, they moved to a new conference before this upcoming season. So with ODU, Southern Miss, Marshall, and James Madison, those 4 are going to the Sun Belt as soon as this upcoming season. So that coming by surprise a little bit because I knew conference realignment was crazy. It all started with Texas.
Marshall. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what they need to do. They need to scrap the Sun Belt. They need to scrap the what?
I don't know about Sun Belt. I mean, they got 14 teams.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like some
Conference USA was the biggest loser. They about to add. They only have like 8 total by the time this ends. So they have way less.
But what I'm saying is, let's be honest. When it comes to these college playoffs, it's only 4 divisions that make it to these playoffs: the SEC, the ACC, the Big 12, the Pac-12, and the Big 10.
That's last year was an exception.
I don't count.
Since that was good last year.
I was actually just watching watching your boys. I like y'all running back. The running back y'all got coming up.
Hey, I got a little something.
Remember his name.
Brewing over there.
Number 1. That boy dog.
Oh,
he's gonna be one of the top ones in the draft.
But yeah, when it comes to conference realignment, man, by far biggest losers was Conference USA. They lost 11 of 14 members just like that in a snap of a finger. 11 of 14. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Texas and Oklahoma's ready for the SEC. I don't think they're ready for it. Even though they got some time left, they ain't ready for it.
Look! Ask Missouri and Texas A&M.
Well,
hey, Mike.
Say they're good now, though. They're good now.
I got a question for you, and you guys too. How do y'all think this new rule for the postseason overtime is going to affect these playoff games, man? The season coming up.
It could be a lot of bad signs than good.
I don't even really get it.
Because when you take the coin flip out of the equation, pretty much, so it's just gonna be y'all got to play the ball. How do y'all think? Like, if you compare from this season past, based on the teams that won, based on the overtime, how do you think that's gonna fare for this new season coming up?
It's a participation.
Honestly,
basically,
it just extends it. Like it just buys another team a chance. Like it's.
See, I
don't really
like
get
the
it.
sudden death thing. I like that. I like that. In OT when it's tied, whoever wants to coin flip, and the first thing that's on defense, you gotta stop them good dudes. You gotta stop them. Cincinnati proved that.
Exactly, which is why
Perfect
right,
example of why this rule is so bad.
emphasis should be placed on defense.
Yes,
Like, I don't know
Buffalo.
if y'all even know this about me, but I love defense. Like, I eat, breathe, and sleep defense. If you can't stop the offense, then you really shouldn't be in the playoffs. Because, like,
It's
what are
just
you doing?
rewarding
I know.
crying. It's just rewarding crybabies. All this damn crying and like, look, it's just reward crybabies. Nobody gave a fuck when we made the same exact statement after losing the Super Bowl. Nobody gave a damn. Say, oh, it's not fair. The Falcons didn't get a chance. Nobody want to hear. Nobody hear this shit. So.
But
Yeah,
they didn't give a damn about
I don't care about
because of
Here's what I'm gonna say about this rule. If Buffalo's defense didn't allow a game-winning, game-time field goal with 13 seconds to go, at least this rule would probably wouldn't happen.
It's the great white hope. They got the great white hope was up against the biggest, blackest nigga in the NFL and Patrick Mahomes, and they didn't like it. Let's call a spade a spade. The black man beat the white man, and they didn't like it. Period. Point blank. I said it. So what?
Yeah, that's pretty much true.
Well, I mean, hey,
nobody cared when Patrick Mahomes lost the same way.
I know.
Nobody gave a fuck when he lost the same way. Nobody gave a fuck when Matt Ryan.
Nah, they didn't.
The great white hope, because they wanted Johnny Manziel to be the great white hope. They wanted Baker Mayfield to be the great white hope. It didn't happen. So now Josh Allen, he's a great player. There's nothing against him at all. They great white hope because they tried to turn Tebow into that. That failed too.
But let's call it spade to spade, bro. Let's call it spade to spade. Even with those rules, even if we get the ball back in the Super Bowl, we will not do shit.
People been complaining about that rule.
I don't get it. Like, I don't get it.
Why they only change it for the playoffs?
I don't get it.
Why not change it for both regular season and playoff? Why just the playoff?
Exactly.
13 seconds. That's why.
I was gonna say I kind of feel like
13 seconds.
Try to, I feel like they probably should did a test run during the regular season just to see if it's a good thing or a bad thing instead of just doing it just strictly playoffs only when it first came out. I'm like,
they got embarrassed in 13 seconds. That's why they changed this shit. They didn't want that to happen no more. Because up until that point, up until that point, everybody had the notion that, okay, you know, possibly the person that gets the coin flip, they win. But that 13 seconds, you got to see that right there. They couldn't swallow that. They couldn't swallow it at all. Because they couldn't understand how the hell did that happen.
Remember,
and I'm gonna be honest too. Like,
remember back in the day, it was worse back in the day. Back in the day, remember, you can win the overtime with a field goal.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, when they got scored on in 13 seconds, I wouldn't even say it's a defensive collapse because first of all, they threw a ball to Tyreek Hill when they're trying to protect the end zone, which rightfully so because it's Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill going deep. But they use that to their advantage by just throwing to Tyreek Hill short, and that still gave him yards because it's Tyreek Hill. Like, it's not even the fact that they didn't play defense. It's the fact that you can't play defense because it's just that hard. Like, it's not that, their defense sucks. It's hard. And this is coming from a guy that literally does game planning for most teams in the NFL on a weekly basis, even though I'm not even a coach. It's hard. Like, hard.
Well, look, that's just like if you'd have put Josh Allen in the same predicament that Matt Ryan was in when they took the touchdown back, when they say he gave himself up in the end zone. They'd have been bitching and complaining about that, trying to get the rules changed.
Right.
So it's subjective.
I still think that that they should have went back to I think that they should have kept it as like whoever scores first wins. But if you get a field goal, then it the other team has a chance to score, because at the end of the day, defense still matters, even if it's really hard to play defense, because that's the whole point. Like, that's literally the whole point. Like, for you to be staying up all night thinking about defensive schemes and all that stuff, that's the point. That's what you're supposed to do when you're guarding Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, because they're not easy to fix.
But see, the thing is, it was more or less like a narrative. If you look at this season pass, it was a lot of narratives were being pushed like on the low, and that's why a lot of the games went the way they went.
The thing is, everybody want to have a good defense, but no one want to play defense.
I mean, like, yeah, you can't be just trying to make the rules to say, well, whoever has the best offense wins, or whoever gets lucky first wins. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you can't just start making this an offensive shootout and just like making defense not valuable. That just isn't. I mean, it may be fun to watch, but that isn't how football's supposed to be played.
Yeah, I think offensive shootout is just bullshit. You have a better chance to win if it's a low-scoring game.
Right. Hey, I'm about to say, look, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna make that the final here. Damn it, it's almost been 3 hours, boy. I'm about to say, god damn. but this lets y'all know, when we get good conversation, these are the type of shows we gonna have. You're gonna get the extended shows, and we definitely appreciate everybody that's on here. So I want everybody to go ahead and give your final thoughts. We can start from up top. Marquis, go ahead. You can go ahead and kick it off for us.
All right. So again, my name is Marquis. Just a heads up. I'm gonna make this real quick because I'm about to eat. All right. But again, about this Falcons team. As long as they address the other areas first, and then they address the quarterback, I think we got a bright future. To see this team could contend in like a year or two from now. So, but again, just you address the other areas first, because it's basically holes everywhere. Then address the quarterback. So, but see how the team looks.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate it.
It was an honor, man. It was an honor. Love y'all show.
Definitely appreciate the love, man. Hey, it's always open when we get them open. Go ahead, Alex. Give you next. You go ahead and go next.
First of all, I love y'all for just having me on. I talk football all day. Y'all know it. I love being a scout. I love just watching football. I love just being immersed in the game. EA in the game. That's me. That's me. So just thank y'all for having me on, and study football. That's all I gotta say.
Hey man, appreciate it. All right, Eric, go ahead, man. What you got for us?
All right, man. This is my first time coming on here. I just love y'all show, man. This is my predicament for the Falcons. Run the damn ball, like y'all say. And catch the ball, run the ball. I can't wait to watch the draft. So we can get some good players and just rise up from this team. Thank you, Matt Ryan, for the 14 years, but we miss him, man. That's all I gotta say.
We'll miss him.
I appreciate that, Eric.
Definitely appreciate that, Eric. ATL Leo, man, go ahead and give us your final thought, man.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry about the noise. Fellas was busy working. I had a chance to chat with y'all, but I do love this conversation. I love y'all show. And all you Falcons fans who want to rebuild, I hope you got some cocaine and some liquor ready, because it's a long one.
Pure cocaine. Pure cocaine.
Hey, K-Style.
Yo.
What you were saying about being a Tech fan, looks like we're about to eat that crow this year. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey.
And I appreciate y'all boys. Still got some learning to do.
All right, man. We definitely appreciate you, man. All right, Easy, what you got for us?
Yeah, man. We gonna
Stay up,
run
my
the
bro.
ball a lot, bro. Like Arthur Smith he designed this team to run the ball a lot. Run the ball, protect the quarterback. Got them get after the quarterback. Got them it. We can get to do quarterback, and then as long as we keep doing those stuff, we'll be okay. We'll be good. It's not tanking season, y'all. We have a chance. We're not tanking. We don't have the mentality to go out there and lose. People keep asking those players, these coaches, is this a rebuild? It's like they're waiting on those coaches to say yes, it's a rebuild. Social media, national media, what the fuck? Why y'all keep asking those dumb questions?
All
The
right,
thing
Mark.
is, they got to go out there and then win games by game.
Yeah.
That's what I got to say, man.
All right, Marvin, go ahead, give us your final take.
Hey man, first of all, appreciate y'all for having me on. K Styles, man, Mike, I've been rocking with y'all since day one. Hey, I'm gonna just say, pay attention, man. Pay attention to the rest of the free agency and the draft. I believe Falcons are trying to make strategic moves so they can be competitive. And I believe, like I said, we get above 7 games. I believe we get to the playoffs. We do it right. But hey, I appreciate y'all content, man, because there's a lot of cats out here that's not bringing the real. And hey, I'm looking forward to the season. Salute.
Hey, definitely appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. My final take gonna be tonight is Fan Control Football League. Welcome Terrell Owens. Apparently he gonna be teaming with Johnny Manziel. So yeah.
Breaking news.
We don't know. But at the end of the day, like I said, Falcon fans, we got a long way to go. This season is going to be fun for us
Yeah.
because now we write a new chapter. This is a new chapter of this franchise.
Mm-hmm.
We got 14 great years from Matt Ryan. Of him getting his ass whooped. Now we gotta go ahead. now we gotta go ahead. We gotta go into a new era here. We gotta get back to what we do best. We gotta get back to the back in black, the Dirty Bird era. We need to get back to building this team the right way. This is the year to start that. Done are the days of trying to be the greatest show on turf. The Thomas Dimitrov era was trying to rebuild the greatest show on turf. Fuck that. That was too inconsistent. So, like I said, for the Falcon fans that wanted to rebuild, don't jump off now because it just got real.
Mm-hmm.
And for us, and I'm gonna leave it like this: Terry Fontenot ain't shit. But we love it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike. Close it out for us.
Well, since everybody ain't shit and I'm just great, you ain't shit. Easy, you ain't shit. Eric, you ain't shit. Jerry, who I got? K-Style, you ain't shit. Leo, you ain't shit. Vlad Tepes,
Well,
you
I
ain't
love
shit.
to be. Well, I love that, so I accept all that shit. You right? I ain't shit.
That way, like a badge of honor, man. That's all right.
I was looking to say, Mike, you can get hit by a bus for all I care.
Damn.
That's the attitude I want.
I ain't say all that, but
all right. So all y'all who watch this show, all y'all Yasuke Knight, D. Coleman, Demetrius London, ATL, like all y'all ain't shit. All right.
I wear that like a badge of honor. Fuck you.
That's what I'm talking about.
All y'all ain't shit. All right. So we'll just be 8 shit motherfuckers together. That's all I got to say about that, man. I appreciate y'all joining us. I'm hungry, than a motherfucker. I'm trying to find out something. I'm hungry as hell.
I got a busy day. Hey, man. Hey. As we say, man, like I said, Jerry, I know he kind of called in late, so maybe next time
yes, sir.
we can get it on. But bro, it's almost 11:20. We've been on this thing about 3 hours. Goddamn it, boy, I'm tired.
I got
I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm hungry.
But until next time, make sure you continue to support, subscribe. Not only Mad Mike Sports, but 6-Man K Styles, Utah Sports, Atlanta Falcon Nation, Twisted Toys TV, Bit Low Country Sports, Smitty Sports Machine, all these smaller content creators that's trying to give y'all all this Falcons. We gotta support the real Falcon fans around here, because as we've seen from this Matt Ryan, Deshaun Watson thing, a lot of the big Falcon channels really ain't shit. Or is kind of switching up a little bit now.
Call them out. Call them out.
Hey, I ain't got time to call them out. They ain't even worthy of me calling them out. But at the end of the day, we appreciate everybody. What we always say, we ain't here to play.
We here to
stay. You ain't got to go home. Hey, Yeezy, you don't do my line, bro. You do the end part. You do the end part. When I say you ain't got to go home, now it's your turn.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, goddamn, motherfucker. That was very
He said it with his chest.
He said it with his chest, boy.
Oh, fuck out of here.
That motherfucker said he said his chest hair went from a silk press to rough in that one damn thing. All right, people. Deuces. Oh.
K-Star, Mad Mike Sports.